1.
You are watching Arkansas High School football. We have a huge 4A matchup tonight between the visiting Westside Warriors and the home team, the Highland Rebels. Glad you could join us tonight. Alex Galbraith here alongside Marcus Carlton, getting ready for a big game between two teams that are trying to keep their season alive. Both Westside and Highland enter at 2-6, but yet both still have their playoff hopes alive tonight. So Marcus, we look at this game here, you and I were talking about beforehand, a battle between two teams that really like to run the football. We're probably not going to see much of throwing tonight. It's really cold, it's really windy, got a light drizzle out there. This is going to be a huge game about ball security and just really who can control the clock.
Yeah, this is the first really cold game that we've had this year. As you see, pretty safe on the ball security right there on the receiving the kickoff. But I think it's going to come into play tonight. You know, that ball gets cold, it gets hard, and it stings when it hits your hand. So ball security is going to be a big one tonight. The mist has been on and off. You know, I'm a little leery of that mist with all this equipment exposed up here. We're up top on top of the press box with no cover from the elements at all. So if our signal suddenly scrambles, then you know that's me trying to put plastic over everything. But here we go, Alex.
Highland won the toss, late to defer. Westside is going to begin their drive on their own 29. We see that power I formation that we've become so accustomed to using. And that was Darvin Fowler on the carry. Another thing you want to watch out for Westside is the loss of Connor Crane. I know it's been a few weeks, but you know, they had a three-headed monster in that backfield. Now it's really down to Darvin Fowler and Cameron Hedger. Yeah,
Michael Ivey has stepped in and filled the role left by Connor Crane pretty well. But when you lose your one of your starting backs, it always takes a blow. But the good thing about it is, you know, they're pretty deep at running back, so we'll see what happens here.
Back in that power I formation, Gus Yerda again going to hand it off to Fowler, who rumbles through for a Westside first down. And that's that hard-nosed running we would like to see from the Warriors.
Yeah, really nice run there. Great blocking up front by the offensive line. Fowler hit the hole hard. Since he's moved to the tailback position with the loss of Crane, it's kind of changed his running style a little bit, and he's got a little more room to get going. And once he gets going, he's a hard one to bring down.
Yeah, he's one of those hard-nosed runners. He's been that way all year long. Not necessarily the speed back, but he's not a guy you want to see in the backfield try to tackle. Westside on their own 41 now, fresh off the first down. Yerda under center. I'm going to hand it off to the fullback. Gets a couple extra yards there, slight push.
A little bit on the second effort there. I thought for a second that they had fumbled the ball, but it was just the way that the line kind of crumbled up there together on both sides of the ball. So
gain of about 2 on that play. Again, that second effort really doing it there. So 2nd and 8 now for the Warriors from their own 43. And again, this is a Westside team that has been, for the most part this season, much more competitive than maybe their record shows, maybe some of the final scores show.
Yeah, they've had some tough games that have gotten away from them late. Last week in particular was one of those.
Darvin Fowler again, well, that hard-nosed runner again, just so hard to take down. Rumbles ahead for about 3 yards here. It's going to be up 3rd and manageable now for the Warriors.
That's a good 3-yard gain there, but he's one broken tackle from making that into an enormous gain because one of the linebackers, I couldn't see his number, but he grabbed him pretty close to the line of scrimmage, and Darvin pulled him along for another 3 or 4 yards after the initial contact.
He's just so hard to take down. I wouldn't say he's even elusive. He's just difficult to take down.
Yeah, he's a hoss. He's one of those that I think we've made this comparison before, Jerome Bettis type of back.
Absolutely. 3rd and 5, first big moment on this drive for the Warriors here. 3rd and 5 from their own 47. Yerda going to get back to Fowler. Finds a hole, barrels his way through for another first down. Is trucked a player.
Again, Fowler left, Fowler right, Fowler up the middle, and that time he just ran right over the defensive player. And if he doesn't run him over, they don't get the first down. So he gets another 2 yards after the contact there. And just good, hard-nosed, vintage Westside football is what we're seeing right now as we approach 9.5 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is a team, again, neither team's very flashy, neither team's very electric. They're just going to ground and pound, try to run the clock out, and play their style of ball. So we get back in that power I formation here. We've got a quarterback keeper from Yerda who's going to go down that right sideline. Very nice gain on first down, takes us out to the Highland 40.
Again, good blocking up front. Yerda followed his blockers and picked up 4 or 5 yards on that play right there. And if they can get that little quarterback keeper going, that's going to make the running backs even more dangerous because you don't know who's going to take off with the ball.
Exactly. You have so many capable ball carriers here, including your quarterback. That makes it very difficult for the Rebels. 2nd and 2 now for the Warriors here. 8-yard pickup from Gus Yerta. We're going to do a toss out to Cameron Hedger, who's met in the backfield. Beautiful play by the Rebels. Forward progress is stopped. But that was an excellent play by Highland there.
Yeah, great pursuit there by the defense. You could tell that they had done some film study on 23, and they knew that Hedger was going to go to the outside when he got the ball. And everybody on defense, they got a little more wide-eyed when they saw 23 get the carry, and they honed in on him pretty quick. Big loss there. Brings up a big 3rd down.
The second big 3rd down conversion we're going to see tonight, that 8-yard rush from Gus Yerta on 1st down pretty much negated. 7-yard loss on that carry by Cameron Hedger. 3rd and 9 now for Westside from their own 48, or from Highland's 48. Gus Yerta understanding the power I formation. Looks like we got a timeout Westside.
Play clock was just about to run out on Westside. Coach Engel has to burn a timeout.
They've already wasted 4 minutes of clock here. Score is still tied 0-0, 7:54 remaining in the first quarter.
We're going to step aside for a quick break.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Welcome back to Hardy, Arkansas, where we are still tied. The Westside Warriors 0, Highland Rebels 0. Alex Galbraith here again alongside Marcus Carlton. Westside coming off on a huge 3rd and 9 on the opening drive. Already 4 minutes into this first quarter. Highland has yet to see the ball. And the Warriors lining up in their typical power I formation. Gus Yerta under center. They're going to give the ball to Cameron Hedger, who finds a hole and powers through for what looks like a first down. Huge
I believe
gain.
He's got it.
It was right at the marker. It should be a first down for Westside, and it is. They're going to move the chains.
That's another big first down. Keeps that clock rolling, keeps that Highland defense on the field. I mean, it's early on, but you can already kind of see a couple of the defenders, hands on hips a little bit. The longer you can keep the ball and keep their offense off the field, I mean, that's always a good thing.
That's a 3rd and 5 converted and a 3rd and 9 converted right there. Highland unable to get off the field. Westside having their way up front with the line of scrimmage. Back in the power I from the Highland 39-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Yerta going to give it to Hedger again, who breaks the tackle, slips through for about 3 yards there, out to the 35-yard line as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just another little simple run there by Hedger. And the contrast of style between the running of Hedger and Fowler and Ivy is a big weapon for Westside, because Hedger's obviously your speedster guy. The other two are more your battering rams. And so, you hit them with the speed, and then you come back and hit them with the pain.
They've got capable backs everywhere. Like we mentioned, can't sleep on Gus Yerta running the ball as quarterback either.
That's very true.
We see that
There's
right there.
Ivy.
That's Michael Ivy again, the speedster, breaking a tackle inside the 10-yard line all the way down to the 5.
That's a great run by Ivy. And just like we were talking about, not knowing who is going to hit you with the ball, get that handoff right to the fullback right off of the snap, and he hits them quick and a big gain, and now you're inside the 5-yard line.
Well, that's the thing what Westside does is they take their different backs and they can line up as tailback. They can line up at fullback. Fullback stereotypically a little bit bigger than most, but that was not necessarily the case there with Michael Ivy. Big run. Westside 1st and goal, knocking on the door at the Highland 5-yard line. Back in the power I formation, Gus Yerta under center as we approach the 6-minute mark here. Going to hand it back off to Michael Ivy, and that's going to be about a 1-yard gain, if that.
Yeah, it looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe fell forward for a half a yard or so, but I mean, we're looking at half of the first quarter being gone here with this first drive by Westside. 6:04 left here in the first quarter, and that gives you a big advantage on time of possession already.
Absolutely. Keep in mind this drive started all the way back at the Westside 29-yard line. It's now 2nd down from the 4-yard line. Again, the Warriors looking to strike first here. Power I formation, Gus Yerta, Michael Ivy at the fullback, hands it off to Darvin Fowler, who is met at the line, maybe got a yard or two So that's Highland defense holding strong, forcing another third down.
Definitely a bend, don't break right now for the Highland defense. They've had 2 good stops here and bring up yet another third down for this Westside offense.
And, this will just be a huge win. I feel like for Bobby Engel, this is 4-down territory here. You've marched all the way down the field. So. You've been having your way on the ground. It's touchdown or die here.
I think so, especially the wind is kind of not in your favor here early in the first quarter, so I don't know that you would want to kick, but I look for them to punch it in right here.
We got a quarterback keeper from Gus Yarda who's able to escape, gets to the outside, but he's met again.
Wow.
And that Highland defense bending a little but not breaking, forcing a 4th down.
Good pursuit again by the Highland defense, and decision time, 4th and 3 from the 3-yard line. You got to punch this in.
I think you got to go for it here, and I think you got to give it to your bruiser. And you hand it off to Darvin Fowler and see if you can't get a push from his line and get in the end zone here. But a huge stop for Highland. This will be an absolute win for them if they can get a stop here on 4th down. First big, true moment of the game. 4:30 remaining in the first quarter. 4th and 3, 4th and goal for Westside. It's marched all the way down inside the 5. Can they punch it in? And they're going to give it to Fowler, who is met at the line. Extra second effort. I don't think he got it.
Nope.
What a stop by the Highland defense.
Look at the enthusiasm on that defensive team as they come off. That's a big win for the Highland defense. Yes, you gave up. They started, what'd you say, the 29?
29-yard line.
29 is where they started. You stopped them at the 2. Now you've got to go 98, but to keep them out of the end zone with the way that they were moving the ball early on, that's a win for the Highland defense.
That's a huge win for this Rebels defense. And like Marcus just said, you see the defensive enthusiasm. It is senior night here at Highland. Seniors playing their potential last home game as a Rebel, and that defense coming through clutch. Every senior was an honorary captain tonight out there for the coin toss.
That's always cool to see.
And we see the Rebels' first possession starting at their own 2-yard line. And of course, they're just going to run it up the gut here.
Sure.
Picked up a couple yards. Looks like that might have been Warren Burton on the carry. Kind of hard to see the numbers from way up here on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, it is.
But Warren Burton, Highland's a team that we mentioned they like to run the ball just as much as Westside does. They've got multiple capable backs. Warren Burton, Peyton Chafin, Kyler Hester. Plenty of guys that are more than capable of running the ball for the Rebels here, although we did see them throwing quite a bit in warm-ups.
Yeah, they were putting the ball in the air quite a bit in warm-ups. I was a little surprised by that.
Looks like we got Brandon Burns under center. They're going to air it out early, and that ball deflected. Great play. That was Ashton Rasden for Westside.
Yeah, great break up there. Rasden could have come down with the interception, but he didn't allow the completion. So it brings up 3rd down for Highland.
And it's going to be about a 3rd and 10 from their own, on 2-yard line, on 3-yard line. And again, I like the call by the Rebels there to go deep, taking a shot deep. Usually you can catch the defense snoozing there, but right now it looks like they're just going to have to get a couple of yards to punt this ball away. And that is going to be a toss out to number 33, who's taken down. Again, that was Warren Burton again. And Cameron Hedger again playing both sides there.
Yeah.
Hedger, obviously the leader for this team, plays both ways, well respected by all the coach and the players. That's a huge stop there on a 9-yard carry.
Yeah, he actually got a bigger gain than I thought he originally got there, 4th and 1. But obviously this deep in your own territory, you're just going to put the ball in the air and try to get it to midfield.
Yeah, obviously a punting situation here. Although it does look like Highland might be going for it with the way their formation. Yeah, a little Aussie punt. I like it.
Yep.
If I'm Westside, I'm fielding that punt. There we go. Montana Neely picking that ball up and getting out to about the 38-yard line of the Rebels.
Yeah, pretty good return there. He fielded that, I believe, right at midfield. And the Westside's going to start with a pretty short field. He got about 10 yards on his return there.
10-yard return for him. And again, another wise call just to field that punt. We see field position being so key with the way this game's going to go, the style of play for both teams. Every yard's going to count if you're Westside. And so the Warriors gaining a big stop deep in Highland territory after the Rebels stuffed Westside on the 2-yard line.
That's a good answer by the Westside defense to come back and just basically have Highland go 3 and out after getting so close to scoring and then, not being able to punch it in right there. The defense kind of bailed out the offense a little bit. Let's see what the offense can do this time around.
Absolutely. Favorable field position. First down Yurda bobbles the snap, is able to pitch it out to Hedger,
nice
who finds a
block.
hole, finds a seam. Hedger down the
Goodbye.
sideline, and that is going to be a Westside touchdown. And what looked like
Got a late flag.
a botched snap, Yurda was able to get it out, but we do have a late flag there right around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be close if he was already in the end zone when the flag came out.
Great run by Cameron Hedger.
I assume it's going to be a block, an illegal block behind the play.
We've got a block in the back
Yeah.
on Westside, and that's going to negate that touchdown.
Wow, that's a tough one because it was probably a good 10 yards behind the play where the penalty happened.
You know, those are the type of penalties you just can't afford. You know,
Yeah.
penalties away from the play.
Yeah.
Things
yeah.
that you don't need to do. That's just discipline right
Those
there.
are the ones that drive your coaches crazy when they see those happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Despite the penalty, though, you can mark it down as about a 12-yard pickup or about 20-yard pickup, really.
Yeah.
Out to the 19-yard line. So despite the penalty, the Warriors still got quite a bit of yards on that play. Inside the red zone now, the 19-yard line of the Rebels. Touchdown negated. See if that dampens their spirits at all. Power I formation. Gus Yurda again back under center. Cameron Hedger lined up as tailback. Darvin Fowler right after that. And they're going to get it back to Hedger, who spins his way forward for about a yard or two. And we got another flag on the play.
I think we got a face mask on that one. You could almost see from our vantage point, Cameron Hedger's helmet was not on straight. So I believe we're going to have a face mask there.
And that's exactly what the call was. Actually moving that ball up quite a bit here.
Yeah, that'd be a 15-yard penalty. Going back to that run that was negated on Hedger, I didn't see who it was out here on the edge, but there was a great block to set the edge here and just broke Cameron Hedger free and gave him the space he needed.
Well, the hole just opened up for him right there.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, Yurda was able to corral that bad snap, that bobble snap, and Hedger did the rest. And man, that was a great play. I really wish that stood personally.
Yeah.
It was great to watch. But the Warriors, again, knocking on the door. Second time tonight they had been inside the red zone, inside the 10-yard line. They move inside the 10 after the penalty. Offset I. They're going to give it to Fowler, who's going to barrel his way inside the 5 and inside the end zone. That's a touchdown Westside.
There it is.
And we talked about the bruising back that Fowler was, and no one on Highland could bring him down.
Just
the Warriors
just a
strike
bulldozer.
first.
I mean, he was carrying guys with him from about the 5-yard line there into the end zone. So
unbelievable play by Darvin Fowler. Hard-nosed run. Called him Jerome Bettis, call him Derrick Henry, call him whatever you want. But the Warriors strike first with 2:46 remaining here in the first quarter.
We'll see how this win kind of plays with the extra point here. Not really at all.
Quick and easy kick, yeah. 7-0
go.
now, Westside. And we're going to take a short break and be right back to watch the Rebels ensuing possession.
Pizza Den in Bono is now under new ownership. New owner Gene Roberts and the team at Fox's strive to bring you excellent customer service and the absolute best pizza. Fox's Pizza uses only the finest ingredients and freshest vegetables, sliced and prepared daily to ensure the best quality for your order. Dine in, carry out, or delivery, let Fox's fill your craving. Locally owned and operated, Fox's Pizza in Bono.
And we welcome you back to Hardy, where Westside just struck first, 7-0 with 2:46 remaining in the first quarter behind a beautiful 10-yard rush from Darvin Fowler. You know, we saw just a little bit of everything on that drive for Westside. Saw a great run by Cameron Hedger, negated due to a block in the back. But Westside, after getting stuffed early in this game inside the 2-yard line, they battled back, overcame the penalties, and again, we're able to get on this board first. Now Highland going to get their shot at their first true drive. Their first drive started inside the 2 for them. And the Rebels are going to try to play their style of ball a little bit better now, hopefully with a little bit favorable field position. But again, a great run by Westside. Great last 2 drives by Westside, having their way up in front with the line of scrimmage, having their way on the ground game, yet to see a pass attempt. And we've got this kickoff underway, going to be fielded about the 20-yard line and taken out to about the 35-yard line. So a very solid return for the Rebels. Looks like that was Tyler Hester, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, good return there for Highland, and they'll start up, close to midfield at the Westside at their own 35, rather.
And And we're finally going to get to see how this Highland offense works. Because, you know, when you're pinned inside your own 5, you know, your play calling is very limited. We saw the Rebels take a shot early. Beautiful pass breakup by Ashton Rasden to prevent the big play. But now we're really going to see what this Westside defense is made of and what the Rebels have and see if they can answer. 1st and 10 from the Rebels from their own 35-yard line. We got that offset eye for them, and they're going to get about a yard or 2 on that play. We're really going to be interested to see how Wyatt Goodman, who not only just returned that kickoff a second ago, plays quarterback, plays defensive back, do-it-all players. Both Westside and Highland have both players that just play both ways. It's a lot of fun to watch. Yeah,
you've got, you know, numbers are a little down on each side. You know, both teams look to be, you know, just glancing at the rosters here, look to be about 30 or maybe 35 players total. So you're going to see several guys that'll go both ways.
What you get with those smaller schools, but credit to them for making it work.
Absolutely.
Wyatt Goodman again back in the offset I formation. He's going to roll out, sprint out left, looking to throw the ball.
He's in trouble.
Under pursuit, just throws the ball away. You know, that was great pressure from Westside there.
It was, yeah. Yeah, and he had to get rid of that ball in that situation, or he's looking at like a 20-yard loss.
And that was Gus Yerta, the quarterback for Westside, pressuring the other quarterback for Highland. That was a heck of a play right there.
Potential quarterback-on-quarterback violence there.
We've got another big 3rd down. Highland 3rd and 9 from their own 37-yard line. That's Westside defense again. We haven't really seen them in a situation like this yet. Let's see how they respond. Highland trying to throw the ball a little bit more than we expected. Already 2 pass attempts tonight.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to put the ball in the air this much with this kind of wind that they have. And
Wyatt Goodman going to pitch it out.
Good pursuit.
But another great stop.
Yeah, Gavin Rasden there on the initial pursuit. Held him up till Montana Neely could get there to help him take him down.
That's about a gain of 1 or 2, if that. Warren Burton on the carry. That's going to force another punt for Highland as we near the end of the first quarter. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the first. Again, Westside leading 7-0.
Got Hedger back waiting to return this punt. That could be dangerous for Highland.
He can field it cleanly. We've got to see here. They're cutting it close on those punts, let me tell you.
Yeah.
That line's getting pretty dang close. Hedger not going to try to return it.
Yeah,
not
good
the best
decision.
Punt.
Good decision there just to let that one kind of die.
And that ball is going to be down at the 33-yard line of Westside, and that is where the Warriors will take over on their next drive.
Probably see 2, maybe 3 plays here by Westside with about 1 minute and 11 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, if I'm Bobby Engel, I'm trying to take as much time as I can off the clock. Just get in there. Still very, very early, obviously, but the Warriors have dominated this game so far. Dominated the line of scrimmage, dominated time of possession. Everything has been going the Warriors' way. It almost feels like it should be up more than 7-0.
Well, in essence, it probably should be 14-0, you know, that opening possession and getting stopped. But the Highland defense just kind of stepped up on those last couple plays. But Westside came back and answered pretty well to go ahead on the next possession and push it in.
Yerta's going to pitch it out again to Cameron Hedger, who's trying to follow some blockers.
Good block.
Find some space, past the 40 to the 45 to the 50. Cameron Hedger inside Highland territory, down, pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
That's a great pickup by Hedger, and it's made possible by Darvin Fowler and the block he had basically in the backfield that allowed Hedger. Again, if Hedger gets in space, he's going to hit the Jets, and he's going to get a 15 to 20-yard gain every time.
Hedger is their speed back. Hedger is the guy that you're going to see really, you know, he's hard to stop. Darvin Fowler is the big guy, hard to take down. Hedger's the guy that's hard to just catch up with, but that was a great patient run by Hedger, waiting for the blockers, waiting for the holes to open up, and Westside now into Highland territory, starting on the 42-yard line.
Under a minute now. We're closing in on 45 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yerta going to give it back to Hedger, who's hit early but spins his way for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards, and saw a body fly up in the air there for a second. Wow.
There are some heads popping down there tonight. We can hear it up here on top of the press box where we are. Probably going to get, I don't know that you'll get one more play. You've got more time on the play clock than you do the game clock now.
Yeah, I think if I'm Westside, I'm just going to run out the clock here. Would be surprised to see him run one more.
I would agree.
But Cameron Hedger getting the workload here the last few plays. And they're going to line up, might run one more. 10 seconds remaining here in the first. Let's see what we got here. 2nd and 9 from the Highland 41. They're going to run one more. They're going to give it back to Hedger, who is met quickly right at the line of scrimmage. Beautiful tackle by Andrew Miller for Highland. That was a great hit. fundamental tackle right there, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter with Westside leading Highland 7-0 behind some great runs by Darvin Fowler and Cameron Hedger.
Absolutely. And we'll be back for the second quarter right after this. You're watching Westside Warriors football, presented by Denver's Refrigeration on Tubetown.
Begins with a click. And just like that, you were immersed in a world of wonder. Education, entertainment, information. Connect with family and friends from around the block or around the world. So when it's time to connect, Ritter Communications will be there to make it happen. With speeds up to 1 gig. Ritter Communications, connecting you to what's important.
We welcome you back to Hardy again, where Westside leads the Highland Rebels 7-0. Just beautiful, fundamental Westside football we've been watching tonight, Marcus. Hard-nosed, power running, power I formation, and the Rebels defense just hasn't had an answer for Darvin Fowler and Cameron Hedger. Yeah,
the running game, like you said, it's vintage Westside, and this is what Coach Engel wants to do. He wants to line up and out-physical you and run you over, and that's been the story so far. Defense has played really well for Westside as well, as I believe they've allowed 1 first down.
1 first down all game. That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, didn't mean to step on you there.
No, you're right. You're good.
Wanted to show the defense a little love as well.
They deserve it, yeah. We're crediting the offense so much. We know they're pretty good. We know they like to run the ball, but the defense playing extremely well. And we now see Westside faced with a 3rd and 9 from the Highland 41. We've seen a couple third down conversions tonight. See if they can't pick up one more. Back in that power I formation, Yerta under center. Hedger again at the tailback. They're going to pitch it out to Hedger, who has room on the left side. Out to the 40. And he's going to be swarmed by a group of Rebels. Great second effort there, but not enough for the first down.
Yeah, spin and second effort gained him a couple more yards, but he's still going to be short. That's going to be, probably 4th and 5, maybe.
That's a big stop for this Highland defense. They were kind of on the ropes. Haven't been able to get off the field on 3rd down tonight. And going to force a big 4th down conversion, which inside Highland territory, inside the 40, wouldn't be surprised to see Bobby Engel go for it here.
Yeah,
the way they've been running the ball.
I wouldn't either. It looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to line up.
They're going to line up and go for it. Ashton Rasden split out on the right side. We've yet to see a pass tonight. We don't expect to see one here. And they're going to reverse it. In for the Warriors. Oh, that was Montana Neely, but he was stuffed about 3 yards short of that first down marker. I love the play call.
I love the play call. That was something we've not seen this year. I like the misdirection there and trying to run the reverse. It just Highland had a defender that stayed home and didn't chase on the initial misdirection.
That was some disciplined defense by the Rebels there. Big stop. Again, great call. Montana Neely is unable to break that tackle and get that first down. So the Rebels take over on their own 36. 11:07 remaining in the second quarter. Down 7-0. We see Wyatt Goodman under center. He's going to drop back to pass. Fires it out to Gage Robinson.
Good wrap up.
Who's met
Ashton
about a
Rasden.
6-yard pickup there through the air. That's kind of what we want to see from the Rebels tonight.
Yeah, that was Rasden he had a good open field tackle there, because if he gets by Rasden, he's going to run for a bit.
2nd and 4 now for the Rebels after that completion. The first one we've seen tonight from the Rebels. And again, as we mentioned, we're seeing Highland throw the ball a lot more pass attempts than we initially expected. And that might be how the Rebels have to get moving tonight.
Well, I mean, you're at the point in the season that, you'll do whatever works. If you have to change your philosophy, then so be it. Wow, look at this.
What a run.
Look at that.
By Warren Burton, dragging basically the entire Westside defense.
Holy cow.
Past midfield, well past the first down marker. The ball came out at the end, but obviously believe he was down, and that is a first down for Highland. What a run.
Leg drive. I want to see what that man can do on the squat machine, because he's obviously got the leg muscles there. I've just kept his legs churning, pulled at least 4 or 5 defenders with him for the first down for Highland.
That was an impressive run there. That's a huge first down for Highland, picking it up, getting past midfield. They are finally in Westside territory for the first time tonight. Wyatt Goodman back under center. This time going to hand it off, number 21, Caleb Nicholson, who has plenty of room to run well into Westside territory, down past the 25-yard line, and now the Rebels are rolling on offense.
Yeah, they've kind of got their offense going for them now. Great run there by Nicholson. The quick hit, from the fullback position, kind of caught the Westside defense napping a little bit, and another big gain.
Right there, that was a play that was really Highland beating Westside at their own game. The quick handoff there to the fullback. Big, about 25-yard pickup there for the Rebels. They, again, are right outside the red zone right now, looking to tie this thing up. Wyatt Goodman again back under center. One wide receiver split out to the right. He's going to look for him right now. He's looking. He's going to go deep to the end zone. And he had a man. That was number 3, Gage Robinson again. Just right out of bounds, was able to corral that one.
Yeah, Robinson had a step on the defender, and pass was just a little bit out of his reach. He's a few inches taller. He's probably bringing that one in.
Yeah, I do like that play call, though. I like the aggressiveness that we've seen from the Rebels tonight. 9:38 remaining in the second quarter. Westside still leading 7-0. 2nd and 10 from the Westside 22-yard line. Highland trying to get up on the board tonight. This has been the most impressive drive for them tonight by far.
It has. And I'm surprised with the wind. You can hear the wind whipping through our microphones every now and then. That's not thunder. That's the wind. That's how strong the wind is. I'm surprised they're putting it in the air that much.
We've got a quarterback keeper from Goodman who lined up in shotgun, cuts back, puts his foot in the ground.
Nice cutback.
Tackled right around the 10-yard line. Not going to be enough. It doesn't look like for a first down. Now they are going to give him the first down. That's right at the marker. What a run by Wyatt Goodman.
Yeah.
That was the first time we've seen him in shotgun tonight. You knew they had something up their sleeve. And way to put his foot in the ground, that cutback, getting them that first down.
Yeah, that was a that was a juke for sure. Picked up some extra yardage after that.
We've got Goodman lining up in shotgun again. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to fire across the middle. That ball was caught.
Pass.
It looked like Lyndon Whitlow. Looked like number 86.
Yeah.
And they're inside the 5-yard line tonight, knocking on the door.
It's a nice little slant pass there to get them inside the 5 down to the 4.
The Rebels can pick up a first down at the 1-yard line, so officially not 2nd and goal yet, but practically almost is. Highland on the 5. Looking to knot this thing up.
And now they've got, they found their rhythm on offense, and now they've got the Westside defense guessing a little bit.
Exactly, yeah, switching it up. They're not just all run. They are going to run it here, though. They're going to get it back.
He's in.
To Warren Burton, who punches that ball in the end zone. Hard-nosed run was met at the line of scrimmage, powered his way through. Looking a little bit like Darvin Fowler out there.
A little bit, yeah.
But the Rebels are on the board, 7-6 right now, waiting on the ensuing PAT, but a very, very impressive drive. Remember this, guys, this drive started after a 4th down stop by the Highland defense. This drive started inside their own 35. March all the way down the field and just a little over, I'd say about 10 plays here.
Yeah, and so you've got confidence being built on both sides of the ball there by Highland. They get the 4th down stop on defense, and then the offense comes out, marches right down the field, and they're within a point of tying this game up here in the second quarter.
And right now it actually looks like they're going to go for 2. And we've got a timeout on the field by Highlands. They didn't like the play call, maybe.
Play clock was running down. I got it out the corner of my eye. I saw that it was down to about 2 seconds. So I believe Coach Wiggins wants to talk this one over and maybe regroup before they try this 2-point conversion here. We'll keep it here during the timeout. That's a cold and windy night here on the campus of Highland High School. First time here for Tubetown. We didn't get the opportunity to come out here a couple years ago with the Westside team. The first year we were covering the Warriors. Logistics just didn't work out for us, and we've upgraded some equipment and changed a few things, and we were able to make it work tonight, and we're glad that you're watching.
Yeah, it's definitely happy to have you here with us. Again, Alex Galbraith here alongside Marcus Carlton, and Marcus killing the game over here with Tubetown, man. Getting all these live streams out for everybody who's unable to join the game. We've got a decent Westside crowd out here tonight over on the visitor section, but
those are the diehards.
Those are the dedicated fans.
The dedicated parents and grandparents and uncles and aunts and whoever else came across. We'll see if they can help their defense get the stop here.
Highland going for 2 after the touchdown. We got Goodman in shotgun formation. Burton out to his left. He's going to roll out to his left. He's looking for Burton. He can't. Escapes the tackle, rolls back right. He's looking. He's going to keep running. I want to be amazing. He just falls out of bounds. Fell out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot of running for nothing for Wyatt Goodman. Great defense and great pursuit by the Westside defense, who continue to lead 7-6 following the failed 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that's a big stop there for Westside. I think they kind of blew that play up from the get-go because quarterback looked like he just went into scramble mode right off the bat. Things didn't line up the way they were supposed to there for him, and he went backyard football and was trying to make something out of nothing. Just ran out of real estate on the sideline.
We had Warren Burton there in the flats. He could have flicked it out to him, but that pressure by the Warriors was just a little too much. Probably wouldn't have worked out too well. So Westside still leading 7-6, 8:23 remaining in the second quarter. We're going to see what the Warriors can do to respond here. Again, we've seen opportunities from both teams tonight. We've seen Westside obviously knocking on the door and Highland coming up with a 4th down stop there. A 4th down stop not too long ago that led to this Highland touchdown. This is a game that, especially from about the midway through the first quarter point to about now, I think it's been relatively even. It looked like Westside was going to dominate, but Highland's kind of found their groove. They've settled in. We've got ourselves a ball game here midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if senior night maybe had Highland a little too pumped up. Sometimes you can get too much adrenaline flowing, and with the seniors having their last home game, I mean I could see where they could come out and be just a little too hyped. And Westside came out and dominated early, but Highland seems to have found their rhythm now, so we may be in for a good one.
We got Hayden Lindsay lining up to kick this ball away back to Westside.
Onside.
Bit of an onside kick there and fielded cleanly by Westside. That was number 53, J.T. McGuire. And again, I like the aggressiveness from the Rebels there.
Yeah.
A bit of those little.
Well,
you didn't get the hop they wanted on that onside, but
yeah, if you get the kick very much up in the air, the wind is going to wreak havoc with it, with the direction Highland is going now. As you can hear it rumbling through our microphones. I like the call there. Good awareness by JT to get that ball. I'm sure Coach Engel would have rather him just fell on it than try to advance it, but Westside keeps possession.
Westside starting their drive now in Highland territory on the Rebels' 48-yard line. And they've been having their way on the ground tonight. Highland got a few key stops. And Westside, for the most part, dominating in the trenches. Back in that power I formation, going to hand it off to who else but Cameron Hedger, who finds another hole past the 40-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Warriors. Hedger, just such a patient runner. He is a guy that's going to wait behind his blockers, wait for those holes to open up. You don't really see that very often among running backs today.
Yeah, you could see right there. At one point he even had his hand on his blocker in front of him to make sure that he went the right way, and he's just patient and lets the hole develop and picks up 15 yards.
Big run by Cameron Hedger. Warriors now on Highland's 36-yard line again, back in that power I formation. Yurda under center. He's going to hand it off to Michael Ivey, who is stuffed but powers through for about a yard or two. That was a good stop by Highland defense there.
Yeah, good pursuit there by Highland defense. They met him at the line, and Ivey tried to push, but one guy battling against 3 most times doesn't go your way.
2nd and 9 now from the Highland 35-yard line after the big run by Hedger and the short game by Michael Ivey. And again, it appears that the Warriors are having more success with those outside runs with Hedger. They're giving it to Fowler or Hedger, waiting for the play to develop a little bit longer. Those plays are working out a little bit better. And they're going to try it again with Hedger going out that right side. Big block on that right side. Wow. Hedger down the sideline. Look at this burst of acceleration. Touchdown, Westside. A 35-yard run by Cameron Hedger. That burst of speed there down the sideline. Unbelievable. What a run.
Definitely hit the X button to get that speed burst there when he got to the sideline, and he made that look easy.
Way too easy. Great blocking along that right side. We just said they're having more success with those outside runs, and Hedger carrying the team tonight. Another huge touchdown by the Warriors. Quick and easy, 3 plays. And the Warriors are back up on the board. Hayden Alls lining up for the ensuing PAT. And that kick is good. Westside now leading 14-6 with 7:13 remaining in the second quarter behind a brilliant 35-yard run from Cameron Hedger.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Some say they still see Cameron Hedger running down that sideline. Westside leading 14-6 here in Highland. Again, welcome back. Thrilled to have you, Alex Galbraith, here alongside Marcus Carlton. We just witnessed, I think, one of the quicker scoring drives of the season from Westside. Yes, the drive started on the Highland 48-yard line, but Cameron Hedger had 2 carries on that drive. Both of those were about, I'd say, 43 of the 48 yards that they had on that drive. And
yeah, that's about right.
Westside now leading 14-6, about to kick it back away to Highland. But Marcus, what do you have to think about that?
Well, when he hit the sideline, a couple guys on the defense had the angle on him, and he just blew up the angle with his speed. I mean, he just was able to get down the sideline before they realized that's
we've got a little
ball.
pooch kick, and that's recovered by who else? I like that Ashton Rasden, actually. No, that was Cameron Hedger. Excuse me, I couldn't see the 3.
Man of the hour.
Who else but Cameron Hedger? A little pooch kick down the left sideline, recovered by Hedger, and the Warriors are going to get the ball back inside Highland territory.
How about that? How about the placement on the kick by Alls?
That couldn't have been placed any better.
He got it right over to the sideline where he wanted it.
Now reminds me, a couple years ago, we saw that in the national championship, Alabama-Clemson.
Yeah.
Brilliant play call. Highland, kicked an onside after their touchdown, and Bobby Ingle said, hold my beer, I'm going to do something a little bit better. So Westside taking over now on the Highland 40 following the big touchdown from Hedger. 7:10 remaining in the second quarter, and the Warriors are smelling blood. They're looking to get up 2 possessions right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Coach Ingle smells a little blood in the water after the big run there by Hedger, and see if they can't punch in another one here.
This time they're going to give it to Darvin Fowler, who's just so tough to take down. My goodness. Rumbles his way for about a 6-yard carry. He was hit after about 2 yards and spun his way for about 4 more.
I mean, he gets caught. He gets hit mid-spin and just puts his legs in reverse and, picks up another 3 yards, basically running backwards. So
unbelievable. 2nd and 4 now for the Warriors after that big run by Darvin Fowler, who, again, we just mentioned so much about this Westside run game, about how many different backs they have and how they're all different in each of their own ways. Michael Ivey, Darvin Fowler, Cameron Hedger. It looks like they're going to give Hedger a break right now after everything he's been doing.
I think he's earned it.
I think so, too. I agree. This time they're going to give it to Cole Stonecipher, who gets his way for a first down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, we've not seen much of Stonecipher in the backfield there, but he looked like he'd been there the whole year. Hit the hole hard, straight up the middle. Another first down for the Warriors.
Stonecipher, a junior, might be the future of this run game for Westside. And you look at Michael Ivey, he's a senior. Hedger's only a junior, of course. Darvin Fowler's only a junior, of course. But, this is a I wouldn't say a young Westside team, but this is one that next year, especially with all the experience they have coming back,
could be
very special.
A lot of depth. And, let's not forget they're missing one of their starting tailbacks with Connor Crane, and he'll be back next year too.
Yerda going to hand it out to Fowler again, who, again, met around the line of scrimmage, but second effort, powers his way through for about 3 more yards. I mean, why not?
Yeah, let's just, keep it rolling. Here's what we're going to do. Stop it if you can.
And Highland really has had no answer for this Westside run game tonight.
Well, it seems like about the time that they get it figured out, Westside makes a change in the backfield, and you go from the thunder to the lightning.
Exactly.
And it keeps them guessing.
Just like Highland's been trying to keep Westside guessing all night with their throwing a little bit more, trying to mix in the run and the pass. Westside's doing the same, just with the different backs. 2nd and 7 now as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Power I formation per usual. Gus Yerda going to pitch it out this time again to Cameron Hedger, who picks up about 3 yards, gets out to about the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Braden Burns had grabbed the ankle basically of Hedger and slowed him down enough to where his teammates could grab him, because if Burns doesn't grab his ankle there, that's probably another 10 to 12-yard gain.
Absolutely. That brings up 3rd and 7 from the 21-yard line.
Under 5 minutes now here before half.
Westside is continuing to dominate that time of possession. Power I formation again. Ashton Razin split out wide. Just kind of goes out there as a decoy, not much going. They're going to hand out to Michael Ivey, who finds the hole and pushes his way through, but not enough for the first down. They're going to spot him about the 18-yard line. So about a 3-yard pickup there, which is going to bring up 4th and 4.
I don't think there's any doubt here as to what Westside's going to do.
Not one bit. Not one bit. Bobby Ingle absolutely going to go for it. They want the end zone after that onside kick. After recovering the onside, starting the drive on the 40, they're looking for points. And look, I feel pretty confident they can pick up 4 yards.
With the way they've been moving the ball so far, why would you not go for this in this situation?
And if you don't get it, Highland's going to have to go a long way.
Yeah.
It's a very short amount of time.
Right.
It's just one of those things, risk-reward, too great right now. And we're going to have a timeout by Westside.
Yeah, play clock had gotten down under 5 seconds, and I just don't think they were quite ready to pull the snap on that. So we'll go ahead and step aside for a quick break during this timeout. You're watching Westside Warriors football, presented by Denver's Refrigeration on Tubetown.
Where it all began. The careers of governors and mayors, business leaders and thinkers, doctors and researchers, artists and teachers, champions and victors. This is who shaped their futures, no matter where they were. This is where it started. This is where success ignited. This is where they were A-State made.
Welcome back to senior night here at Highland. They're honoring some of the cheerleaders down on the field right now. 3:57 remaining here in the second quarter, with Westside leading the Rebels 14-6 with a huge fourth down coming up for the Warriors on the Highland 18-yard line.
Yeah, the Highland defense has already stopped Westside once on fourth down tonight. They're hoping to do it again. Little different situation here, but Westside is still threatening inside the 20-yard line.
This will be the second possession. If Highland were to get a stop, the second possession inside Highland territory, third actually I should say, inside Highland territory, where the Rebels get a stop. You know, had that one inside the 5, had the one that led to the touchdown. This could be the third. 4th and 4 for the Warriors here. Yoda under center. He's going to hand it off to what looks like Cameron Hedger, who muscles his way through, and that's right at the marker. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, left foot or right foot spot. Looks like it's going to be a left foot spot.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be a stop. At the stop for the Highland.
They called it a stop.
Highland Rebels defense, right about a yard short. The marker was at the 14-yard line. They marked him at the 15-yard line, and the Rebels are going to take over with 3:50 remaining in the first half, down 8.
You hate to see your offense getting stopped there, but as you pointed out before that play, now they've got to go 85 yards in 3 minutes and 50 seconds here.
Exactly.
So you'll take that.
And this Westside defense, for the most part tonight, has been playing extremely well.
Yes.
But wouldn't be surprised to see Highland air the ball out a little bit more here. Wyatt Goodman's been playing very well under center. He's going to take off running this ball. It gets about 5 yards on the carry. Not bad for a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, it looked like it had broken down pretty quick, and he was able to sneak his way around and make positive yardage out of it. As the clock keeps rolling here, we're down to 3.5 minutes now before half.
Again, Westside leading 14-6, 2nd and 5 from their own 20.
If Highland was able to go down and get points on the board here right before half, it'd be huge because they do get the ball to start the third quarter.
You're right. They did defer the kickoff.
Yeah,
you're right.
That would be a
toss.
Big momentum swing.
And we're going to see a handoff there, but just met at the line. Caleb Nicholson was met by a swarm of Warriors there, right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, I'm not sure who was first on that. It might have been Eli Willie, but it was kind of hard to tell. There were 3 or 4 guys right there to meet him like a brick wall.
And, if you're Bobby Engle, you can't help but think, they've got 1 timeout left in this half. You get to stop right here, call that timeout. You'd have a little over 2 minutes left, maybe work some magic and could attempt a field goal if you wanted to. I don't know about the win tonight, but this is a big third down conversion for Highland to try to prevent any more points from possibly being scored in this first half. 3rd and 5 from their own 20. And we're going to see Goodman drive back to pass. Going to fire on the curl route, but that's not going to be, right at the marker again. It looks like it could be enough.
Yeah, I think he's just going to have the first down.
Right at the marker. That's going to be a first down for Highland. It's a big third down conversion.
That is, because that unless something off the wall happens here, you got to figure Highland's going to maintain possession of this ball until halftime.
Absolutely. And the sense of urgency for the Rebels might start to pick up a little bit here as 2:15 remaining in the first half. They want to get some points. They're going to have to start throwing the ball a little bit more. Goodman looks like a bit of a play that was blown up, and who else but Cameron Hedger back there on the tackle, balling up?
Yeah, J.T. McGuire wrapped him up, and Hedger came in for the assist. McGuire's had a good game as well so far. He had the onside kick, or not the onside, but the pooch kick recovery early on. Now he gets a sack.
Yeah, that's a big stop there. And the clock just keeps ticking here.
Yeah.
Highland might just be content going to halftime down 14-6. Not much urgency deep in their own territory.
Yeah, under 2 minutes, approaching a minute and a half, actually.
2nd and 11 from the Highland 25-yard line. Rebels have a long ways to go. Goodman just going to hand it off. They've got some room down that sideline. That is Warren Burton down the sideline. The burst of speed. Horse collar tackle maybe.
I think he got his hand off of there before.
Right before he drug him down.
Yeah.
Had him for a second. But what a run by Warren Burton. That's the big play that Highland needed. And now everything changes.
Yeah. Well, we got a flag back here
Never mind.
near midfield at about the 45-yard line. You got to figure that's going to be a holding or a block in the back where they threw it.
There might be a reason
Yeah,
that
that's
Warren
on
Burton
the
was able to
offense.
get away.
Yeah, there you go. So wipe that off the board.
Huge run by Warren Burton going to be negated. We saw that earlier for Westside, so an eye for an eye, if you will.
Couple of big runs, one for each team now, negated by penalties.
And that's huge for Highland. That was going to set them up at the 25-yard line with a little over a minute left and 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Chance to get some points on the board for half. And
yeah, they were in pretty good position there had that play stood, but now you're looking at a running clock down to 1:17, 16, 15.
And Highland kind of taking their time coming out of this huddle.
They may just be content, as you said, just to, go to the locker room at half down 14-6.
Demoralizing play there. Let's see what we got here. Wyatt Goodman back under center, offset I formation. He's going to drop back to pass again. Under pressure from this Warriors team. He's going deep down the sideline, and that pass deflected by Cameron Hedger. Could have been intercepted, but way to bat it down. 55 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Hedger's kind of beating himself up on that one. I think he saw daylight ahead of him had he grabbed the interception there, and I think he tried to take off before he had his hands really good on it. And, let's not forget, this is also the first night that the team has played with the ball being cold and hard.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's probably like it's probably like trying to catch a brick out there right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've seen a lot of drop balls from mostly from
Defenders.
Westside tonight. Yeah, Ashton Razen had a potential interception. We saw one from Cameron Hedger there. And we've just got a quick quarterback sneak. Oh, my goodness, from Wyatt Goodman, who sneaks through.
How did he break out of that?
Puts his foot in the ground to the 50, to the 45, cuts back inside the 40. How did he get away from that?
I don't know how he got through there.
It looked like it's a design quarterback sneak to get to halftime. Goodman spun out of it, and now he is inside Westside territory. And Cameron Hedger is down, holding his hip after making that tackle, and that is not what you want to see if you're a Warriors fan.
No, that's not a good sign. I'll tell you what, we're going to, while they work on Cameron Hedger, we're going to step aside for a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
Begins with a click, and just like that, you were immersed in a world of wonder. Education, entertainment, information. Connect with family and friends from around the block or around the world. So when it's time to connect, Ritter Communications will be there to make it happen. With speeds up to 1 gig. Ritter Communications, connecting you to what's important.
We welcome you back to Highland, where Cameron Hedger is being helped off the field right now. He's holding his lower back after tackling the quarterback, Wyatt Goodman, after a ridiculous quarterback sneak. And obviously, we hope that Cameron Hedger's okay. He tried to walk it off a little bit, but went down and slowly but surely limping off the field. But good to see him walking. Hopefully, they can go over there and work it out a little bit.
Yeah, that's he's leaving under his own power, walking with the trainer, so that's a good sign. But he took a hard pop right there on that play. But it's good to see him under his own power. And Highland wasted no time. They're up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go.
Yeah, it kind of killed their momentum a little bit after that injury, but huge run by Wyatt Goodman changes everything. 45 seconds remaining. Highland on the 36-yard line of Westside. Goodman's going to roll out to his left in pursuit. Going to fire down the sideline a little bit out of bounds.
Yeah, he was being pressured from the backside.
Eli Willie right there. Had it the whole way through and just wise to throw that ball away. Stops the clock. Took 10 seconds off the clock, but stops the clock, prevents a sack. And, with 2 timeouts, Highland has – the potential to get some points on the board.
Yeah, they're still in pretty good position here. They're at the 36-yard line, 35 seconds left, 2 timeouts in their pocket. They don't have to go for it all right here. You could still utilize the middle of the field with those 2 timeouts in your pocket.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Rebels, again, back on the Westside 36-yard line. Wyatt Goodman lining up under center now. Let's see if they decide to throw it again. They are, though. They're going to fake the handoff. Beautiful play.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful play. That is
was
Warren Burton who powers his way inside the 15, faked everybody out, including us up here.
I'll be the first to admit that they faked me completely out with that play.
I was waiting on the screen pass out to the left, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
Burton streaking down the sideline.
Yeah.
And the Rebels are inside the Westside 15.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a timeout here.
And we got a timeout by the Rebels. They got 1 remaining, but 28 seconds left, and the ball on the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that's a I love the play call. There's some aggressive play calling going on with both of these teams tonight. We've seen a couple plays a little bit out of the ordinary from both sides, and Highland is threatening right here with 28 seconds left before the half. It would be huge for the Rebels to get points on the board. You got to figure they're going to go. You know, we saw them when they scored their touchdown. They didn't line up for the extra point. They went for 2. So chances are they're going end zone or bust here.
Absolutely, no. I don't see them settling for a field goal here, especially with this wind that we've got going tonight.
Yeah, this wind is crazy. I know y'all can hear it rumbling through our microphones, and I apologize for it, but we've got the biggest windscreens on these mics we've got, and it's still rolling like thunder.
Yeah, kept waiting for this stuff to die down. It never did.
I don't think it's going to.
We got the mist to die down for us.
Yeah.
But now I might trade mist for wind I don't know. But
I don't know, man. That mist might shut us completely down. So
no, we don't want that. But
we'll see what the defense for Westside can come up here to get the stop right before half, or if they can.
Yeah, and you got to think that Highland with 1 timeout left, might end up taking a couple shots at the end zone here. Running the ball might be a little bit risky. Going to have to air it out with Goodman, who's lining up back again in that I formation. He is going to drop back to pass. He's going to pump fakes. He's going to try to go up the middle, take it off and run. Gets about a yard there, and if you're Highland, you got to take a timeout here.
Yeah, you got to get your timeout. 20 seconds left here. That'll be your last timeout. 2nd down. Looked like they might have had him on the slant, but the pump fake, he came back down with it and decided to run, and Westside defense stayed at home, was able to get the stop.
Yeah,
so.
Very disciplined play by that Westside defense there, because you're right. They were looking on that quick slant on that right side. Pump fake, they were hoping they would bite, have a guy wide open, but Westside stayed home and, again, picked up a yard on that play. So 1st and goal, but Highland out of timeouts with 20 seconds remaining. So now you just got to keep taking shots at the end zone or get out of bounds. But it's a big next few plays here for the Rebels here to get some momentum going into halftime here on senior night.
Yeah, trying to see if we can give you a shot of how this wind is really whipping. And, of course, when we try to take a shot,
it stops.
It stops.
Slows
yeah,
down,
it
right?
stops and it slows down. But you can see the flag's moving pretty well, and it's cold up here, y'all.
It's rough.
I'll just say it. It's cold.
Now I've got about 3 different layers on right now, and I wish I'd have had about 3 more, if I'm being honest with you. So.
Yeah, the first game where it turns off cold is always, it's always one of the worst because you're not used to it.
Exactly. And you're usually not dealing with this much wind, but
yeah.
2nd down now for the Rebels. Goodman going to be looking to the end zone. He's going to roll out to his left. He's got all the time in the world. He's going to fire back across the middle, wide open.
Wow, nice.
And that is a touchdown for Highland. That was the wide receiver, Lyndon Whitlow, wide open in the middle of the end zone.
Well, that was a dart by the quarterback, too. He stopped and fired a laser to the end zone, and we're at a 2-point game here.
That was a great job of the quarterback and Wyatt Goodman to roll out left, extending the play. And as Marcus said, stopped on a dime and fired. And Whitlow kind of have to lean to his right a little bit, not necessarily on target, but enough to get in the end zone. 12 seconds remaining, and Highland just made this thing a ball game. Yeah,
the initial play kind of broke down, and the receiver broke off his route and was able to put a little space between him and the secondary, and his quarterback found him.
We got Goodman back in shotgun formation, going for 2. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got blockers, and we've got an incomplete. He caught it.
Wow. Goodness.
Wow, he says the ball hit the ground.
Saying that he trapped it when he rolled.
That looked like Caleb Nicholson, the tight end. Wow, looked like he really corralled that one.
I thought he had it.
The official said no, that he was unable to hold on, did not maintain possession. That is a crucial
That's
play
big
call.
Right there.
Yeah, that is a big stop for this Westside team. That 2-point conversion would have tied the game going into halftime, and now the Rebels find themselves down 2.
And you got to figure that would have, pretty much, Highland's still going to have a lot of momentum going into the half. They would have had every ounce of momentum had they tied this game up with 12 seconds left before the half here.
this is one of those games that right now it really feels like Westside has just dominated it from start to finish, but the inability to convert on fourth down has really been the difference maker tonight. And all the credit in the world to the Highland defense for doing that.
Yeah, that opening drive, I mean, that looms big right now. You had an opportunity there to come out and you're looking at 7 points off the board here. You'd be up 21-12 instead of 14.
Absolutely. And instead, we're going to go into halftime with a one-possession game. And, we're up here on top of the press box rewatching that two-point conversion. And
it's hard to tell, man. From our angle, it's hard to tell. I thought he had it, but the only thing I can figure out is when he rolled the ball,
it's kind of rolled out,
hit the ground, and the ground kind of assisted him a little bit.
A little bit of a pooch kick there. Darvin Fowler fields it cleanly, gets out to their own 49-yard line. You got to expect that the Westside is going to run out here, take a knee, and get out.
Take your knee and go to the locker room, and let's talk about what we got to do for the second half. I mean, there's no need to run, to do anything risky here.
Yes. Lick your wounds. I mean, the Warriors still up too. We keep saying they should be up by more.
Right.
They're still going into half with the lead right now. Just maybe not as much momentum.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
like.
You would think the way we're talking, they're down 30, but it's it's just a couple of big missed opportunities in the first half to really have control of this game and to have taken all of the we can beat Westside out of Highland before the half.
Exactly. And they are going to run a play here. They're going to give it to Darvin Fowler. He's going to sneak his way through for a couple yards past midfield, and that is going to take us, we've got a timeout. Wow. I did not expect to see that.
I didn't think anybody had timeouts left.
That is the end of the first.
Okay.
They stopped the clock for a second. Bobby Engel ran out there like they called a timeout, but no, they did.
Yeah,
Westside did have a timeout left. That's what I thought. So
Westside, 3 seconds left on the clock, I think is what the white hat is telling the official score.
2 or 3
scoreboard
seconds
operator.
left. And they're going to give it one last go. I mean, it's funny they do that. Yes, they're past midfield, but it's not like they're going to be able to get a Hail Mary on this thing. Yurda's not going to be able to chunk it.
Yeah, you're not going to see
you're
not going to see Yurda in the shotgun and go 5 wide here. You're
exactly. I mean,
you're not going to see that.
You're going to see another run up the middle, maybe a pitch out to Cameron Hedger if you want. I mean, you never know. Goodman had a crazy run for Highland a second ago, and Hedger had a big run. So we're no strangers seeing some big plays on the ground tonight. So why not try to run one more right before half?
So 3 seconds is officially what they put back on the clock here. Westside's going to be at the Highland 49.
I do like the aggressiveness from Bobby Engel.
Absolutely.
And also, it's senior night. Highland's ready to get to the locker room. It could just be a mental thing. You know what? Utilize your timeouts. Let's just keep you out here on the field, keep you out in the cold a little longer.
Yeah, you can't take the timeout with you.
Exactly.
You might as well use it.
And ironically, Marcus, we are going to line up a shotgun. Wow. Over here saying, not going to line up a shotgun, and none of us thought he would, and here we go.
Here we are, halfway joking with lining up and shotgun 5 wide. We've got 3 out in the shotgun here.
Right.
See what Yurda can do.
And Yurda is just going to, good Lord, just get wrapped up in the backfield.
I don't think that went according to plan there.
I believe that looked like Xander Reed for Highland there, and that's just one of those unnecessary hits on your quarterback that you don't want to take.
That play kind of broke down before it got started.
Exactly. Yurda was trying to buy himself time to launch it deep, but unable to get it. But regardless, Westside still goes into half, leading Highland 14-12, and what has just been a wild first half here. But we're going to gear up for a good second half here. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back here soon with the second half.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
We live in unprecedented times. Long hours, health checks to start the day, But First National Bank has been around since 1889, and we've seen unprecedented before. Even though our smiles may be masked, our dedication to service will be what's unprecedented. We'll be right here, where we've always been, doing what we do best, putting you first, always.
Fox's Pizza Den in Bono is now under new ownership. New owner Gene Roberts and the team at Fox's strive to bring you excellent customer service and the absolute best pizza. Fox's Pizza uses only the finest ingredients and freshest vegetables, sliced and prepared daily to ensure the best quality for your order. Dine in, carry out, or delivery, let Fox's fill your craving. Locally owned and operated, Fox's Pizza in Bono.
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
This is where it all began. The careers of governors and mayors, business leaders and thinkers, doctors and researchers, artists and teachers, champions and victors. This is who shaped their futures, no matter where they were. This is where it started. This is where success ignited. This is where they were A-State made.
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have two cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
Rebel fans, you've just witnessed proud parents meeting their band members with Rebel pride. Tonight we recognize the band's 19 graduating students from the class of 2022. Luke Bruner, the son of Greg and Hope Bruner, currently serving as the percussion section leader. Luke has been a member of the All-Region Band for several years and was an All-State selection last year. Also a recipient of many solo and ensemble awards. Luke Bruner. Warren Burton, son of Michael and Stacy Burton, plays the saxophone and is completing his 7th year in band. Warren has received numerous recognitions for his work in solo and ensemble. Warren Burton. Ariana Butler, daughter of Richard and Amanda, currently serving as the flute section leader for the Marching Rebels. Ariana has received numerous solo and ensemble recognitions. Ariana Butler. Alicia Davidson, daughter of Carrie and Terrence Davidson, plays the French horn and is completing her 7th year in the band. She has also received numerous recognitions for her work at solo and ensemble. Tucker Davis, son of Brad and Sherry, plays the saxophone and is wrapping up his 7th year in the band. Tucker has received numerous recognitions for his work at solo and ensemble. Camelia Earhart, daughter of Mandy and Brian Bennett, currently serving as the horn section leader for the Marching Rebels and is the current vice president of the band council. She has been a member of the All-Region Band for several years and also succeeded at solo and ensemble. Chase Fisher, son of Jason and Lisa Fisher, plays the saxophone and is currently serving as the saxophone section leader for the Marching Rebels. Chase has been a member of the All-Region Band and received many solo and ensemble awards. Kristen Garner, daughter of Stephanie and Tom Garner, the current trumpet section leader for the Marching Rebels. Kristen is a past member of the All-Region Band and also the senior rep on the band council. Matthew Grady, son of Braden Grady, currently serving as the low brass section leader and current band president. He has had multiple selections to the All-Region Band and has also received Outstanding Musician and Outstanding Marcher awards. Daniel Horton, son of Udina Horton, plays the saxophone and is completing his 7th year in band. Daniel has been selected as All-Region multiple times and has received many solo and ensemble awards as well. Ben Leha, son of Sarah Walker and stepfather Tommy Hogue, plays the clarinet in the band. Finishing his 6th year in band, Ben has been the recipient of many solo and ensemble awards. Katie Lopez, daughter of Tara and Javier Lopez, currently serving as the co-captain of the Color Guard. Katie has received many awards at Frontline Guard Camp for her flag work, also plays the flute in the band, and has received solo and ensemble awards. Madison Phelps, the daughter of Megan Frazier and Chad Phelps, a part of the Color Guard and also plays flute in the band. Madison has received many awards at Frontline Guard Camp for her flag work and many solo and ensemble awards for her flute playing. Evie Renders, daughter of Christy Renders, plays the clarinet in the band. She is in her 7th year with band and has been selected to the All-Region Band and also received many solo and ensemble awards. Desiree Sawyer, daughter of Nicole Sawyer and Brandon Whitworth, currently serving as the captain of the color guard. For her flag work, Desiree has received many awards at Frontline Guard Camp. She also plays the flute in the band and has received many solo and ensemble awards. Nikki Searcy, daughter of Billy and Angela Searcy, plays the trombone in the band. In her 7th year with this group, Nikki has served as an equipment manager and received many solo and ensemble awards. Kaylee Stevens, daughter of Virgil Stevens, Laura Stevens, and Sharon Brooks, plays the flute in the band and has received many solo and ensemble awards in this 7 years. Emily Taylor, daughter of Tom and Katie Taylor, is the drum major for the Highland Marching Rebels. She is the past section leader for the French horn section, an all-region band member, and has received many solo and ensemble awards. Megan Wood, daughter of Kenny and Annie Wood, currently serving as marching captain of the Highland Marching Rebels. On her clarinet, she has been a multiple-year member of the all-region band and also received many solo and ensemble awards. Thank you, seniors, for your time, talent, and dedication to the band. Your leadership has helped to shape the band program into one of the most outstanding in Arkansas. We are very proud of you and the band's accomplishments. We thank you for what you do to further the reputation of excellence at Highland High School, in our community, in our state, and in our nation with your talents. We wish you the best of luck.
And we welcome you back here to halftime at Highland High School. Westside leads 14-12. Got about 3.5 minutes left on the clock. And while we're waiting for halftime to get over, I'm looking at some scores from around the area. And the big one right now that is a 4A3 conference game, Truman is leading Rivercrest at half, 22-7. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Rivercrest, of course, leading the conference standings right now, undefeated in conference. And I believe, I'm going to double-check this just to make sure here, Truman comes in at 4-1. They're tied for second right now. So if Truman pulls this off tonight and Pocahontas holds on to win, which they're struggling with Blytheville, but they're leading, you'd have a three-way tie at 5-1 between Rivercrest, Pocahontas, and Truman. And if memory serves me correct, it's going to be one of those round robins where, you know, Truman beats Rivercrest, Rivercrest beats Pocahontas, and then
you're gonna get into some weird
Pocahontas beats
tie-breaking
Truman.
stuff
Yeah,
later on,
yeah, you're gonna get deep into the tiebreaker there. If I'll have to double back on that and see if that is correct. But looking at the conference standings right now, you've got Rivercrest sitting at 5-0, and unless something changes, they'll be 5-1 at the end of the night. Pocahontas in second at 4-1. Truman also at 4-1. Cave City at 2-3. Westside at 2-3. Blytheville at 2-3. But Westside owns both the tiebreakers over Cave City and Blytheville from head to head. Right. So Westside is in the 4th position right now. Now you got to remember that the 4A3 conference takes 5 teams to the playoffs. But the best thing for Westside to do is just win out, and it takes care of itself, and you lock up that 4 spot. But that's an interesting score for sure coming out of I believe that game's at Truman tonight. So they back it. Yeah, it looks like. So back at Poinsett County, Pocahontas has extended their lead. They were up 14-7. Now they're up 20-7 as that game goes right to the half. Looking around, I saw another score here. It's not a 4A3, but it's a score of interest from Northeast Arkansas. Big showdown tonight between Hoxie and Osceola, and Hoxie is up 14-0 at halftime. So that's I don't know if that's a bit of a surprise or not, but that was the big showdown tonight in Northeast Arkansas. You had that game, and then you also had Nettleton and Valley View. And working on a Nettleton Valley View score as I'm scrolling through here. Manila, that's got to be the feel-good story of Northeast Arkansas this year, the way the Manila Lions are coming in. They are not a tradition-rich winning program, and they lead Walnut Ridge tonight at halftime, 27-6. They're leading. They're not leading. They're in, I believe it would be third place in that conference behind Hoxie and Osceola. So let's scroll up here and see if I can find a score on that Nettleton and Valley View game that was taking place tonight. Here's another 5A score. Wynn having absolutely no trouble with Forest City, 40-0 at half. Nettleton leads Valley View at halftime, 7-0. So another good game there. Batesville leading Greene County Tech, 21-17 at the half. So all these games are falling right about at halftime right now, and you can see just to your left there on camera, the Westside Warriors still doing their warm-ups and stretching. So we're probably going to have another 3 minutes or so put back on the clock here before half. We're going to go ahead and step aside for one more break, and then when we come back, hopefully we'll have some third quarter action here of what's been a pretty good game tonight. So we'll be back right after this with the start of the third quarter.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
We live in unprecedented times. Long hours, health checks to start the day. But First National Bank has been around since 1889, and we've seen unprecedented before. Even though our smiles may be masked, our dedication to service will be what's unprecedented. We'll be right here, where we've always been, doing what we do best, putting you first, always.
Fox's Pizza Den in Bono is now under.
And we welcome you back to Highland, where the Westside Warriors are leading the Highland Rebels 14-12 as we get ready to start the second half here. It's just been one of those games that has really not gone the way we thought it would go. Not necessarily in terms of the score, but in terms of style of play. Both coaches bringing out all the stops tonight. We've seen a couple onside kicks. We've seen Highland come out much more aggressively through the air, and the Rebels gaining a lot of momentum right before the first half ended, getting that touchdown with 12 seconds remaining, but failing again on the two-point conversion.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we have here coming out to start the second half. Highland's going to get the ball coming off that score right before the half. So if you're the Westside defense, you want to come out and shut them down early and kill any momentum that they may have taken with them.
We're actually going to see a deep kick this time that bounces poorly, and Highland falling on it, but got a little dangerous there to start this second half, but the Rebels are going to take over at their own 29.
Yeah, they were able just to – couldn't field it cleanly, but fell on it just to maintain possession, and we'll see what the Rebels come out with on offense here.
You know, tonight we've been really, really impressed with the play of Wyatt Goodman, a guy who had a couple big runs tonight, but, you know, that bit of a lefty quarterback too. And we've actually seen him roll out quite a bit to his left, on with his left, and that dart at the end of the first half was a great throw.
That was an impressive throw there at the end of the first half. I mean, that was a laser to the back of the end zone.
We're going to see how the Rebels respond here. This is a big opening drive for Highland to take their potential first lead of the night. Goodman is going to hand it off to, good Lord, that is going to be Warren Burton, who continues to streak down the middle of the field and can't be taken down by the Warriors. Talk about a fast start, Marcus, to start the second half. Warren Burton carrying about 3 defenders down to about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, not exactly the start the Warriors were looking for on defense there, but Highland continues to have that momentum they took into the locker room with them and come out, and this offense is still in sync as the way they were right before the half.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge play on first down, going from their own 29 all the way down to the 32 of Westside, and the Rebels' momentum just continuing, picking up right where they left off, as you said, from that first half.
Completely flipped the field.
Goodman lining up again, I formation here. Keep feeding it to Burton if I'm the Rebels. And that's exactly what they're going to do, this time up the right side, and he's got another first down pickup for the Rebels. The 10-yard run, and Highland about to be back in the red zone.
Yeah, and it's happened quick here. I mean, we're 30 seconds into the second half, and Highland's threatening.
Now we're going to move the chains there. A little confusion over there on the sideline, but enough for the first down. And 2 plays, and we are in the red zone for Highland, and knocking on the door trying to take their first lead of the night. Scored with 12 seconds left in the first half, and less than a minute in and already about to be in the red zone. So, again, we're seeing this power run game from Highland that we expected to see, and they are starting to utilize it a lot more already right here in the second half. Goodman back under center. This time he's going to swing it out wide to Gage Robinson, who's tripped up for about a gain of about 1 yard, really. Not many yards on that one.
Yeah, a little frustration there from Highland's offense because I think the turf monster reached up and grabbed him on that one. Otherwise, he's probably picking up another first down. But you've got, if you're Westside, you've got to shut down this Highland offense right now because this is a team that is 0-5 in conference.
Right.
They don't want to go winless on the conference season. They certainly don't want to lose on senior night. And the longer you let them hang around, the more they start to build confidence and believe that they can get this first conference win tonight.
Exactly. We see it all the time, especially in the college ranks, too. And here we go. Goodman going to hand it off to Burton again. Plenty of room on that right side. The delayed handoff. Burton inside the 10, all the way down to the 7-yard line. That was just a great play on the delay.
Delayed handoff worked perfectly. He got out to the outside. Rasdin was able to chase him down, but not before he got inside the 5-yard line. And, you know, this Highland offense building confidence with every play. I mean, they're coming out here. We're a minute and a half into the second half now, and they are moving the ball at will.
The brilliant play call. Looked like Goodman was going to swing it out left again. Slips it over to Burton with all the room in the world to run that right side. Again, Westside lucky just to be able to take him down, but the Rebels now 1st and goal from the 7.
Yeah, Westside's got to stand up here and not let them into the end zone.
And they're going to bounce out to Burton again, who breaks a couple tackles, gets down to about the 5-yard line. Looked like there was movement early, but didn't call it there.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the defense. Stonecipher and Rasdin was in on that. Maybe Neely was in on that as well. That's a big stop right there. That's the first time that they've stopped him for a loss in the second half here.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from about the 5-yard line. 9:30 remaining in this second half, or excuse me, in this third quarter. I want to keep saying second quarter. Glad we're not there anymore. As cold as it is up here.
Yeah.
We got Goodman lining up in shotgun formation. Burton out to his right. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They're going to hand it off to Burton, who cuts up the middle and
nice
into the end zone. Touchdown Highland, and they had their first lead of the night.
That was a nice cutback there at about the 2-yard line to get into the end zone. And, you know, I mentioned this earlier, the longer you let this team hang around and they build confidence and they start to believe that they can win, you know, this could be a trouble point here for Westside.
And it absolutely is. I mean, you look at this team. Again, we've said it. It feels like Westside should just be up by so much more. Highland got that goal line stand earlier in the game. They had a couple other 4th down conversions, and Highland has just been building on this offense based on big plays alone, and that's exactly what we've seen to start this second half. And for the 3rd time tonight, they will be going for 2. Goodman in shotgun formation. Burton out to his left. Pressure coming out of nowhere, and he is sacked and dropped. That
I
was
don't think
a big
he ever
time
saw
play.
him.
Never saw Never saw Eli Willie coming out that left side.
We've called his name several times tonight on defense. He's had some big plays on D. Nothing bigger than that stop on the two-point conversion right there, but I really think quarterback was just looking right past him. Goodman never saw him because he never tried to sidestep or make any kind of move to the side to get away from him.
Yeah, completely blindsided by Willie there, and Highland now drops to 0-3 tonight on two-point conversions, but the Rebels do get their first lead of the night, leading 18-14 with 9:10 remaining in this third quarter, and we're going to take a short break.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
We welcome you back to Highland, where the Rebels again just took their first lead of the night, 18-14 with 9:10 remaining in the third quarter. A beautiful, beautiful drive that started on their own 29-yard line, really carried all the way by their star running back Warren Burton, who did everything here. And looks like we've got another potential onside kick, or at least a squib coming from the Rebels, not even teeing up the ball here.
Yeah.
We've seen multiple onsides tonight, a lot of aggressive play calls. It's just going to be a squib right up the middle and fielded by Westside about their own 41-yard line.
I don't know that I've ever seen a football roll straight like that. I don't know that he could have made it just – I mean, the ends of the ball never hit the ground to where it would start bouncing.
Right.
It just went straight, almost like he couldn't have bowled it any better if it was a bowling ball. I mean, it was – I've never seen one do that before.
Yeah, it was just really just a straight shot, no knuckleball, and was luckily able to be fielded cleanly by the Warriors there. And they're going to take over on their own 40 in desperate need of a good answer here.
Yeah, they've got to answer. I mean, this is a big drive for them to come back and answer, because now you're facing a Highland team that has all the confidence in the world as well as the lead.
They're going to hand off to Darvin Fowler, the bruising running back, who gets down that left sideline for a first down and into Highland territory. Knocked out of bounds about the 46-yard line, and that's what you need right there. It's a positive play on first down.
That's about as good of a first play as you can have outside of scoring on your first play. So you pick up about 15 yards there and a first down, and you move into Highland territory.
Again, we've seen just the really trio of running backs tonight for Westside, but, we're questioning if we're going to see Cameron Hedger back tonight. Left the game late in that second quarter with what looked like an injury to his lower back, and we haven't heard any reports on him since. I don't think he's out there on the field right now.
No, he's not out there right now. I'm looking for him on the sideline, but some of the players have brought out the big coats, so he may be over there and we just can't see him.
Darvin Fowler up the gut again, about a gain of 2. Pushed back by the Highland defense. Ball came out there at the end. Obviously, he was down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 from about the 44-yard line.
Well, and you're seeing a little bit of chippiness from the Highland defense. They've got this confidence now. They played all the way through the whistle there, and Fowler was kind of thrown to the ground a little bit late. Not really late enough for a penalty, but it's one of those that, you see the defense starting to gain a little bit of confidence in themselves.
Highland's definitely trying to make a statement now.
Absolutely.
And they can do it here with a stop on defense. They can do it here by getting a big stop on potentially 4th down again. But 2nd and 9 now from the 45-yard line. Yurda in the power I formation. Highland trying to break through that line quickly there, and Darvin Fowler diving forward for about a gain of 3 or 4. That's going to bring up a big 3rd down.
Highland sent a run blitz there with their linebacker, and I would say it probably slowed Fowler down. He still got positive yardage, but he didn't get as much as he would have.
Now, he timed that blitz perfectly, too.
He timed it really well, yeah.
And I think that really comes to show you, it slowed Darvin Fowler down. That's really about all you can do with Darvin Fowler. You can't really stop him in the backfield.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do.
But hold him until your teammate can get there.
Yeah, pretty much. 3rd and 6 now for the Warriors. They're going to give it back to Fowler, and maybe I spoke too soon. He is met in the backfield.
He's met in the backfield on that one.
About no gain on that play.
Like Hayden Lindsay and Joe Child broke through the line and basically got Fowler before he could even get started.
That's a very, very difficult thing to do. So great penetration by the Highland defensive line there. That's going to bring up 4th down for Westside. And, while they are in plus territory, while they are in Highland territory, it looks like they're going to line up for a punt here.
Yeah, Yurda is the punter as well as the quarterback, and you're approaching the 7-minute mark here in the third quarter. That's a big stop for the Highland defense here.
They're going to drop back to punt. Line drive punt, hits at about the 18, rolls out of bounds. About the 16-yard line, down to about the 16-yard line. So inside the 20, that's where Highland's going to take over the next drive. 6:59 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
Pizza Den in Bono is now under new ownership. New owner Gene Roberts and the team at Fox's strive to bring you excellent customer service and the absolute best pizza. Fox's Pizza uses only the finest ingredients and freshest vegetables, sliced and prepared daily to ensure the best quality for your order. Dine in, carry out, or delivery, let Fox's fill your craving.
Welcome back to Highland, where the Rebels taking over again. Big stop there on first down by the Warriors. That was Gus Yerta getting back there, the quarterback in the backfield, to take down the Rebels for a loss there. Highland leading 18-14 with 6:44 remaining in the third quarter. All momentum on the Rebels side right now, getting that touchdown right before halftime and then scoring quickly on their opening drive of the second half.
Yerta and Ivy both in the backfield there to get that stop for a loss. And your defense has got to step up here and make a statement to get the ball back, because you've got a rolling clock now. You're under 6.5 minutes here in the third quarter. You know, your offense is not really one of those that's built to come from behind, and you're trailing right now.
Exactly. Westside has to keep this thing within one possession. We're going to see another delayed handoff from Goodman out to Burton, who barrels his way through down to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a Highland first down.
Well, they don't have an answer for Burton right now. I mean, he's come out this second half running like a man possessed, and he's picking up yardage all over the field.
Burton has been an absolute beast. You know, we were praising the Westside running game so much early on, and not to take anything away from them, but right now it's been all Highland for about the last, I'd say, you know, the entire third quarter, probably the last 4 or 5 of the second quarter.
Yeah, this is, you know, Highland has come out here, and Burton is just lining up, and this offensive line's making a statement here. Quick handoff.
Another handoff again, beating Westside at their own game. That's another first down for Highland, just quick and easy. They're making it look so simple up there.
Nicholson.
And that was Caleb Nicholson on the carry there.
We've called his name several times tonight as well. He had a couple big plays in the first half, and that, you know, again, Highland is gaining confidence with every positive play. They gain just a little more confidence. They're not playing like a team that's 0-5 in conference right now.
Not at all. Keep in mind, both teams 2-6. Both teams still fighting for their playoff lives, but the difference is, yes, Highland is 0-5 in conference play. It's pretty hard to believe with the way they're looking tonight. We got Westside stacking the box here. We've got Goodman dropping back to pass because of that. He's going to roll out to his left. He's got room to run down that left sideline to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. And, you know, we saw Westside going to stack the box. We knew they were going to bring the blitz, and credit to Goodman for just escaping the pocket and making something out of nothing.
Goodman, I got to think he does magic tricks as a side gig or something, because he has played Houdini several times tonight on his escapability from, you know, pursuit or from a play like that right there when the box was stacked and pressure was coming, and he was able to get to the sideline and make another big gain.
It's 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line. Goodman out to Burton again. He's got room along that right side. We've got multiple flags being thrown, though.
I think every flag from every official hit the field there.
We've got 3 flags on the field, so it was obviously very obvious there. Burton got the first down, picked up another 10 yards, but got to feel this one's coming back here.
Yeah, holding.
Yeah, and that's exactly why. Holding on Highland is going to send it back. Wow, yeah, every single flag thrown on the field there.
Say what you will, those officials were all in sync right there.
Yeah, really. 5:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Highland driving again, moving the ball back to the 50-yard line, right at midfield, but again, leading 18-14. All the momentum on their side.
The play went to the opposite side of the field, but here on the near side of the field, Highland had a wide receiver that was uncovered. And if they could have, if Goodman glances this direction and gets the ball to him, he probably takes it to the house, because there was nobody within 15 yards of him.
Wow. We got 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Goodman definitely going to drop back to pass now. Little screen pass out to Burton, who's got tons of room along the left side to the 35, to the 30. Trucks a defender. Steps out of bounds about the 22-yard line, but that's enough for the first down, and forget the penalty. Highland's running. Unbelievable. Brilliant play call, and you know, this is a Westside team that you look at them now, hands on the hips, head down, the defense, no confidence at all.
I'm not sure what happened with Warren Burton at halftime, but this is a different Warren Burton than we saw in the first half.
Ate a box of Wheaties is what I'm thinking.
He got the good stuff, whatever it was, because this young man has come out and is putting on a show here in the third quarter, approaching the 5-minute mark here of the third quarter, and it's his world right now.
This time they're going to hand it off to Nicholson, who gets about a yard or two maybe, depending on where they spot him after the progress. But, yeah, give Burton a break. Good Lord, he needs it. Let's give him a little bit of a breather. This is a guy that, is a senior, obviously, for this Highland team. We know it's senior night tonight. And you can't help but think, again, you said they're gaining confidence with every play. And every play that they're leading or within one possession, they're getting confidence they can win this game. And these seniors don't want to go out with a loss on senior night.
No, and that's a dangerous spot to be in when you let a team that is in the position that Highland's been in, and you let them gain confidence. That never ends well.
Second down now. Goodman on the late handoff to Burton, who's got more room up the middle, down to the 10-yard line, enough for another first down. And look, he got tripped up about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and still managed to pick up the first. That
delayed handoff is wrecking some havoc right now on Westside's defense. Especially with Burton. They've run it a couple times with Nicholson as well, and it's been successful for them. But Burton, again, he has just dominated this third quarter. As we're now approaching 4 minutes left in the third quarter here.
Yeah, Highland has completely dominated not just the third quarter, but the time of possession here in the third quarter, and Burton alone has been doing it.
And that's amazing because they're basically doing here in the third quarter what Westside did in the first quarter.
Exactly. We've got a design quarterback keeper, but it is not Wyatt Goodman. It was Caden Spurlock. Changing the play up a little bit, changing the quarterback up a little bit. And that was Goodman, actually.
Clock continues to roll now.
And if you're Highland, that's what you're going to do, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You're in the red zone. You're up by 4. A touchdown puts you up, 2 possessions. And as you mentioned, Marcus, this is a Westside team that's not built to come from behind.
Right. Yeah. The playing from behind is not their specialty. So Westside's defense really has to step up here and keep Highland out of the end zone, because even we're approaching 3-minute mark of the third quarter here.
As Goodman's going to drop back to pass, he's going to fire a quick screen out on that right side. Westside doing a great job. That was, I believe, number 26, Gabe Pratt, on the reception there.
Yeah, Montana Neely met him and grabbed his leg, and as we've seen several times tonight, just hold him up until a teammate can get there to help you out.
Absolutely. This is a Westside team right now. Defensively, that's got to be bend, don't break, right?
Yeah,
we saw that from Highland earlier. Now it has to be that now.
Yeah, and they've been on the field a long time. We're down under 3 minutes left. We're at 2:45 left here in the third quarter, and the Westside defense has been out here for the majority of this quarter.
Highland on third down. We've got Goodman rolling out to his left, getting pressured by Gus Yerta, who's going to be able to take him down for a loss. And that's a huge third down stop. Quarterback on quarterback there.
There you go. Goodman never saw Yerta pursuing him from the blind side, and Yerta was able to chase him down. And that's a unique situation because, very seldom do you see one quarterback tackle the other quarterback. So,
and that's going to bring up fourth down for Highland, 4th and 11. From the 12-yard line. This is a big play here.
Very big play.
We expect, obviously, that Highland's going to go for it here. They can pick up a first down at the 1-yard line, so basically it's end zone or bust. We've got Goodman taking the snap, rolling right. He's going to flick it out. A quick screen pass to – yeah, that didn't go anywhere.
That's good. That
was a quick screen pass out to Burton. They tried it earlier at work, but not there.
Well, the defense must have hurt us because we said they had to stand up and keep Highland out of the end zone there, and that's exactly what they did. Great pursuit there. That little screen pass that has burned them a couple times here in the third quarter. They stayed at home and held to their assignments and were able to get the stop. Now you've got to get the Westside offense here. You've got 1:53 left here in the third, and you're down 4. So you're in a good position here. You've got plenty of time, but it's totally different now that you got that stop, because if you go down 2 scores, that's a tough obstacle.
It absolutely is. We've got Gus Yerta on his own quarterback run, who finds some room, hurdles a man past the 20-yard line, right at that first down marker. That's a very good positive play on first down. And Marcus, like you mentioned, they've got a lot of time here, but this Westside offense has to have even if they don't score, obviously that's ideal, but a long sustained drive to give this defense a break, to let them catch their breath a little bit as we enter a pivotal fourth quarter here in about 1:40.
Absolutely. You want just take your time here, and as you mentioned, give your defense a break. And, you know, you want to drive this down, keep the ball deep into the fourth quarter, and go down and take the lead.
Westside back in the power I formation. They're going to hand it up to Michael Ivy, who's got room down the sideline. Michael Ivy to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Finally caught from behind by Gage Robinson, but that's the type of play that Westside needed. Michael Ivy all the way inside the 25-yard line of Highland.
Beautifully blocked play to let Ivy get out to the outside and get on the sideline. Got out in open space, and the defense was able to catch up with him, but not before a huge field-flipping gain for the Westside Warriors. Clock running now, 1:15 left here in the third, and you got to feel like old Uncle Mo has swapped sides yet again.
That is the exact play that Westside needed to get themselves back in this one, and they're having more and more success bouncing it to the outside. They did it earlier with Hedger, do it there with Ivy. First down from the 26. They're going to hand it off to Stone Cipher, who's going to pick up a very nice game past the 20-yard line, right near the first down marker, but it's going to be second down and short coming up.
Yeah, a little misdirection there. You had Fowler as a decoy there off to the far side. Open things up because the entire defense, why would they not chase Fowler? And it opens things up for Stone Cipher to pick up a big gain. Might get, well, we're going to have one more play here because there's 20 seconds left on the play clock and 31 seconds left on the game clock.
Westside going to run one more play before we more than likely take it to the fourth quarter. 2nd and 1 from the Highland 17-yard line. Warriors trail 18-14. Yerder back in that power I formation, just going to run it up the middle. Quarterback sneak. He's got the first down, a little bit more, down about the 13-yard line. And that should take us into the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
what a wild third quarter this one's been.
That was a wild third quarter, and Westside's in a good position now. You pick up the first down. You know, you just let this clock run down to 12 seconds now. You're going to let it run out. You're going to open up the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 from the Highland 12-yard line.
A very, very good spot, and that will take us to the fourth quarter. The Highland Rebels coming all the way back, now lead 18-14 as we enter a pivotal fourth quarter. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Pizza Den in Bono is now under new ownership. New owner Gene Roberts and the team at Fox's strive to bring you excellent customer service and the absolute best pizza. Fox's Pizza uses only the finest ingredients and freshest vegetables, sliced and prepared daily to ensure the best quality for your order. Dine in, carry out, or delivery, let Fox's fill your craving. Locally owned and operated, Fox's Pizza in Bono.
And we welcome you back to Highland, where we've got a great game and a great finish coming your way. The Highland Rebels leading the Westside Warriors 18-14, but the Warriors knocking on the door 12 yards out from the end zone and retaking the lead. Alex Galbraith here again alongside Marcus Carlton. We hope you've been able to join us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast of Arkansas High School football here on Tubetown. And you know, Marcus and I were talking about it right before here. It's a shock that this game's as close as it is, but in a way, we're kind of glad it is. Makes these games a little bit more fun and maybe makes the cold a little bit more bearable. Yeah,
if you're just an innocent bystander, so to speak, on this game, then you're being entertained. That's for sure. A little nerve-wracking if you're a fan of either team right now because it's a little closer than either fan base wants to have it. But it's definitely been entertaining, and for everyone watching at home, I sure hope you're a lot warmer than we are right now.
You know, we got the fans out here on both sides, you know, obviously bundled up in layers, tons of blankets out there tonight. A lot of hot chocolate. Wish I had gotten some of that during halftime, but everybody trying their best to stay warm here. But the one thing that is staying warm is both teams' offenses, I can tell you that.
Yeah, especially, Highland had their offense in that third quarter. You bring it out, and it was the Warren Burton show.
Absolutely.
He had several big runs to bring them down with the score to put them up, but they were not able to convert the two-point conversion. Now let's see if Westside can answer.
On first down here from the 12, they head off to Michael Ivy right up the middle. Maybe gets a gain of 2 up to the 10-yard line if they get that favorable spot. And, we talked about the Warren Burton show. The first half for Westside was the Cameron Hedger show.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he's not been out there the second half due to an injury he suffered in the second quarter. So a lot of credit to Darvin Fowler for picking up the slack. We talked about him a lot in the first half. And Michael Ivy is the reason right now that Westside's in a scoring position after that big run that he had near the end of the third.
Yeah, huge run he had right there right before the end of the third quarter to put them in this position to be threatening the end zone.
2nd and 9 now from the Highland 11. Westside knocking on the door. Power I formation once again. They're going to hand it off to Darvin Fowler, who finds a hole, cuts up inside the 5, down at about the 3-yard line. And that's going to be dangerously close to a first down. I think he's going to be about a yard short. But Westside inside the 5 again, looking to reclaim the lead.
And back and forth we go, back and forth we go.
And we're going to be in for another exciting back and forth fourth quarter. 10:55 remaining in the game. Highland leading 18-14. 3rd and 1 now for Westside. They desperately need this one right here. We've seen a bunch of 4th down stops from Highland tonight. Can they get another one here in a little bit? Quarterback sneak with Gus Yerta, who runs right up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown Westside, and the Warriors have the lead again, now leading 20-18.
Yeah, that's a great play call there. I don't know that Highland was expecting anything other than maybe giving it to Fowler in that position. And Yerta was able to sneak through almost untouched. I mean, you never see a quarterback sneak go for as big a yardage as that went for.
Excellent play call there. You know, coaches tend to overthink things on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Just do your quarterback sneak, pick up the yard, extend the drive. But in that scenario, they were going for blood. They weren't just going for the extension. They were going for the touchdown. And Yerta punches it in, and now leading 20-18.
Well, and they're going to line up and go for 2 here as well.
Going for 2, which is an interesting call not to make it a field goal game with 10:37 remaining. 3 seconds left on the play clock, and Bobby Ingram going to have to take a timeout, which could be critical later on in the game.
He's not going to be happy about that. You don't want to have to burn a timeout on the 2-point conversion there, but play clock just got away from him.
That's happened multiple times for both teams tonight. 10:37 remaining in the game again. Westside just reclaiming the lead 20-18, and the Warriors looking to go for 2, assuming they don't change anything out of this timeout.
So I got an update here on the Rivercrest Truman score. Truman is still leading. We're in the 3rd quarter now. It's 22-14 now. So Rivercrest has put another score on the board, and they've cut the deficit to 8. Don't have the time left, but I do have that it's 3rd quarter in that game. That has a lot of implications on playoffs in this 4A3 conference. Checking on the Pocahontas-Blytheville game, it's still 20-7 is the most recent score we have. Cave City up 14-0 on Gosnell. Right now that game is also in the 3rd quarter. So we're going to keep an eye on these scoreboards tonight, especially with the different playoff implications that could happen. As we mentioned earlier, if Truman is able to hold on, that will put a 3-way tie for first place in the 4A3 between Rivercrest, Pocahontas, and Truman. So things are really heating up here towards the end of the regular season. We've got tonight, and then we've got next week, and then we get into playoff football.
Best time of the year, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Lots of playoff football.
Absolutely.
2-point conversion here coming back in the power I formation. Yerta's going to keep it along the left side, trying to get to the edge, and he can't get there. A big stop by that Highland defense. And that looked like that was the quarterback, actually. That looked like that was Wyatt Goodman on the stop there.
More quarterback on quarterback violence there.
A little bit of revenge after Yerta got the sack earlier, and Goodman getting the stop with the 2-point conversion.
Getting a bit of a duel here between these two quarterbacks. You know, it's their play on the defensive side of the ball that is actually making the big plays right now. Yerta gets the sack, and then Goodman comes back and stops Yerta on the 2-point conversion. So we have a 2-point game here still. 10.5 left in the game.
Yeah, it's just a back-and-forth game. You know, not one we really expected. With the way the beginning of the game was going, it looked like it was going to be all Westside. The Warriors were just having their way up front in the trenches, got all the way down. Highland got the big stop on the goal line, but even so, Westside was one that struck first, and it felt that at some point in this game, the Warriors should have been up 14-0, maybe even 21-0. But the Rebels just got big play after big play and multiple 4th down stops, and with 10.5 left, the Rebels going to go look to answer and reclaim their lead. Couldn't have asked for a better game tonight.
Absolutely. Good games all around Northeast Arkansas. Another score here, update for you. Nettleton leads Valley View in the 3rd quarter, 14-0. That's a big 5A conference showdown there in Jonesboro tonight. Brooklyn having no problems with Paragould. They're up 28-0.
Wow. We got the ensuing kickoff from the Warriors. No onside or squib kick this time. Fair caught at about the 30-yard line.
That's probably that's a smart play to go for the fair catch there.
I agree. Yeah, don't want to risk anything. You know, don't get too fancy here. You know, every second's going to count. Every play is going to count. And the Rebels going to take over at their own 30-yard line, down 2, with 10:36 remaining in the game. Again, senior night here at Highland. The Rebels looking for their first conference victory, 0-5 in conference play. Both teams sitting at 2-6. Both teams, despite the poor record, still, trying to get into the playoffs, still trying to find a way to sneak in there by season's end, a few weeks away. So here we go. Wyatt Goodman under center, going to hand it out to who else? The number 33, Warren Burton, who has just been dominating in the second half tonight.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the defense to keep him to a minimal gain at this point.
That's going to be a 1-yard gain for Burton there. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 32-yard line for the Rebels. 10 minutes remaining in the game here. Highland down 20-18. Wyatt Goodman going to line up under center again. Burton going to line up as the tailback. He's going to swing that out to number 3, Gage Robinson. Picks up a gain of about 4 or 5 yards on the curl route. That's going to bring up a big 3rd down for the Rebels.
Yeah, Ashton, was that Rasden that was on that, I believe? I believe that was Ashton Rasden that made the tackle there before he could get any yards after the catch. So a good pursuit there by Rasden to keep that to a minimal gain and bring up a big 3rd down here with 9.5 left in the game.
3rd and 5 for the Rebels from their own 35-yard line. And, you can't help but think, with 9.5 left in the game, the way the game's going and the way that Westside can control the clock, that it's 4-down territory from here on out for whoever is trailing in this game. Right now, that is Highland. They're going to pitch it out to Burton, though, who's going to pick up a gain of about 5. That's a 1st down for Highland. And what a great run by Warren Burton there. A hard-nosed run right at the marker and keeps this drive alive.
Yeah, needed 5 yards. Got about 5.5, maybe 6 on that. Keeps the chains moving and keeps Highland moving closer to that end zone as the clock continues to roll here. As soon as the chains are set, we'll be at about the 9-minute mark left in this game.
9:07 remaining in the game. You're right, 20-18 in favor of Westside, but Highland driving right now. Ball on their own 43-yard line. 1st down for the Rebels. All the time in the world to keep running their offense. Don't need to worry about anything yet. Wyatt Goodman sending a man in motion. That's Tyler Hester. Comes over to his left side. Goodman going to drop back to pass, going to fire quickly and overthrows the intended receiver in Lyndon Whitlow, but good coverage by Ashton Rasden as well.
Good coverage there. Goodman's a little lucky. He had that pass out in front of his receiver just a little too much, and could have been an interception that would have been a game changer at this point. Good coverage there by Rasden. Not really surprised there to see the passing game come back. We hadn't seen it yet in the second half because of the success of the running game, but it just felt like a moment where they might try something just to see what happens.
Well, we really haven't seen any deep shots from Highland tonight other than that one early on in the game, deep in their own territory. And with trips to the left, we might see something a little trickery here. And what a great play.
How about that?
That was Gus Yerta, the quarterback for Westside on the play, shutting down what appeared to be Gage Robinson on the reverse. A brilliant play and great just penetration by Gus Yerta there.
Yeah, he got really good penetration, and almost the blocker there on offense almost pushed him right into the receiver coming around on the reverse. Either way, that's a big loss and brings up a huge 3rd down here.
Yeah, it's a huge 3rd down coming up for Highland now. A big loss on that play. It's a loss of 7 on the play. So now 3rd and 17 with 8:10 remaining in the game. Ball on their own 35-yard line. And, if you're Highland, you're just looking at to pick up that lost yardage here.
Yeah, you want to try to get, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage if you can.
And we've got Goodson going deep, or Goodman going deep, excuse me. And that was that deep shot we were talking about. The intended receiver, Lyndon Whitlow, but uncatchable, was out of bounds, and Highland might have to punt it here.
Yeah, I think you have to punt in this situation with where the ball is, and you're still looking at 7:57 left in the game here. It's you're not in desperation time at this point, so I think the smart move is to punt the ball and let your defense get a stop.
I think it's interesting though. Warren Burton was dominating on the ground there for the longest time, and we kind of saw him go away for a while. They didn't use him much in this drive as the punt rolls out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of Westside. So favorable field position for the Warriors with 7:55 remaining. Still leading 20-18. This next drive is going to be huge. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Begins with a click. And just like that, you were immersed in a world of wonder. Education, entertainment, information. Connect with family and friends from around the block or around the world. So when it's time to connect, Ritter Communications will be there to make it happen. With speeds up to 1 gig. Ritter Communications, connecting you to what's important.
We welcome you back to Highland. Presentation of high school football presented by Tubetown. Westside just got the big fourth down stop. We're going to pitch it out to Darvin Fowler, who's to the 40 to the 45-yard line. About a 4 or 5 yard pickup there for the Warriors, who lead 20-18 with 7:45 remaining in this game. Again, fresh off a big stop from the Rebels. Gus Yerta blowing up the reverse to force a 3rd and long, and then eventually force the punt. And this drive, Marcus, we were just talking about during the break, a touchdown all but ends it for the Warriors. A field goal could even do that, depending on how much time they can take off the clock.
Yeah, if you put together a what we would call a normal Westside drive of about a 5.5 minute drive, and it alls comes out and gets you 3, you go up 5 with about a minute left in the game, you got to feel pretty good about your chances at that point.
Gus Yerta going to hand it off to Fowler again, who is met and just continues to keep those legs going. Gets in the gain of another, I'd say 2 or 3 yards there. He's going to bring up 3rd down for the Warriors, but Darvin Fowler, just a bulldozer, literally bounced off a tackler for the rest of his team, could take him down.
Under 7 minutes now, closing in on 6:50 left in the game. Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 1.
You know, and it's really tough to get a stop on 3rd and short against this Westside team. And we've seen Highland do it multiple times tonight. So the ball on the Westside 49-yard line. Again, 3rd and 1 with 6:30 remaining in the game. A huge 3rd down conversion here and a potential stop. Can't help but think Bobby Engel might go for it, though, if they're stuffed here. Gus Yerta in that power ride formation. He's going to hand it out to Fowler, who is wrapped up in the backfield. What a stop. And what a play by the Highland defense.
Joe Child.
Looked like to me, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Child.
Joe Child getting it there.
Blew that one up and stopped Fowler in the backfield, which is rare. We don't see that very often.
What a stop by the Rebels there. A 3rd and 1 turns into a 4-yard loss, and now what we thought was 4 down territory. Westside's not going to have to punt the ball away. A little under 6 minutes remaining. What a beautiful punt, beautiful spiral, hit at about the 9, and
it's going to die.
Stop
How about that?
At the 4-yard line.
Wow.
What a punt from the quarterback and punter and linebacker. Does it all, Gus Yerta. And Highland's going to get the ball back with 5:39 left, but the ball on their own 4.
Just an absolutely amazing punt. It hits at the 10 and starts bouncing. Looks like it has enough momentum to carry it into the end zone, and it just died on about the 4-yard line.
What a stop there. You know, you can't wonder if the weather has something to do with that. Ball's a little harder, ground's a little harder.
Yeah.
Ground's a little wet. We've had some light mist tonight, off and on. I don't know how much of a role that plays, but a beautiful punt by Gus Yerta, who's been making some big plays tonight.
On
both sides of the ball.
Well, in all aspects of the ball. He just made a big special teams play there as well.
And we've got a false start there.
Yep.
Yeah, Westside crept up a little bit, freaked Highland out a little bit, and we got a false start. 5:38 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Highland just a little anxious to get that play started and didn't have everyone on the same page there.
And, you know, with 5:38 remaining in this game, you can't help but wonder, could this be? Now, hold on.
They called
encroachment on Darvin Fowler, who's over there saying, he went up there and stomped, but he did not come up.
Wow, that was not what I expected the penalty to be.
No. I saw Darvin go up there and move up a little bit, but it did not look like he did encroachment, no offsides, nothing like that.
Yeah, it looked like he stayed out of the neutral zone from our perspective.
Yeah.
But we are a lot further away than the officials, so we'll go with what they say.
So Highland getting 5 yards, gets out of the shadow of their own end zone a little bit. Instead of the 4, they're on the 9.
He's in the danger zone now.
He's in danger in the end zone. He's going to get sacked. That's a strip, and that's going to be a safety.
Yep.
That is going to be a safety. Who else but Gus Yerta? Wow. Goodman was under pressure the whole way through. And yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
The officials are going to talk about it here. That did not look like a forward pass to me at all. Goodman under pressure in the end zone, was unsmart, did not get the ball away. Gus Yerta, the quarterback, coming out of nowhere, the blind side, stripping the ball, rolls out the back of the end zone, and Westside getting a crucial safety to give 22-18, and they're going to get the ball.
Yeah, that's huge right there. Goodman trying to make something happen, scrambles back. I think he kind of lost his presence a little bit on where he was on the field, didn't realize he was in the end zone. But, yeah, the credit to the Westside defense and who else? Yerta making another big play to come up and get the strip, and the ball goes out the back of the end zone, and then we end up with the safety.
Which, a lot of things can come out of this play. Well, first off, you hate to see that for Highland. They get the interesting, encroachment call, offsides call, so it moves them up 5 yards. They're on the 9 instead of the 4, and Goodman still manages to get fumbled and get hit in the end zone. But that safety was probably the best thing that could have happened to Highland there, because with 5:28 remaining in the game, it remains a 4-point game.
Right.
Still remains a one-possession game. If the Highland defense can stand strong again, they've got 3 timeouts. Still a game far from over, but the defense can have to hold strong and try to give their team a chance to get one last shot here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a much better scenario than giving up a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Exactly.
Trying to get a little clarification on that penalty a while ago. The call was actually illegal equipment. I'm not quite sure on that. I would have to research that a little more, but our cameraman, Richard Bressler, said that that's what the PA announcer called the penalty, was illegal equipment. So
interesting.
Yeah, that's a new one on me.
Makes you wonder what Darvin's got out there. Not a great kick down to the 40. Muffs the ball, but it looks like they fell on it at the Highland 40. So a little bit of a dangerous kick there. Obviously, that wasn't one that Highland could have recovered. But Ashton Rasden falls on it, secures it, and Westside takes over at the Rebels' 40-yard line with 5:26 remaining and up 4.
Yeah, now you just, you want to get your 3-4 yards of carry. The biggest thing here for Westside is just to keep that clock running. Appears, according to the scoreboard, Highland still got all 3 of their timeouts, but if you keep the clock rolling and you get them down to desperation point, they're not going to want to use them all right away. They're going to want to hang on to a timeout in case they do get the ball back.
Absolutely, we're going to do that. Just continue to milk the clock, trying to make them waste their timeouts. Yerda going to hand it off. What appears to go Stonecipher.
Yeah.
We're getting about 3 or 4, just exactly what Marcus was mentioning. Keeps the clock running, keeps Highland's offense off the field. And still plenty of time. Don't need to use the timeouts yet, but a couple first downs, and that might do it.
Well, the clock is your friend right now if you're
Absolutely.
Westside. As long as it's moving, it's your friend. You're up 4. Just do what you do on offense, which is milk the clock and pick up, 3, 4, 5 yards per play. And you can just run this one out and get back on the road to Jonesboro with a big victory.
You're going to hand off to Darvin Fowler, who finds a big hole, gets past the 30-yard line, carrying defenders past the 25. And that's a big first down for Darvin Fowler and the Warriors.
Yeah, big gain there by Fowler. He carried, as you mentioned, he carried defenders with him for that extra 3 or 4 yards beyond the first down marker. And as soon as the chain sets, that clock starts rolling. And we're that much closer to being able to get warm.
Yes, please, yes. Over here dying. Can't really feel my feet, Marcus. I'm not going to lie to you. Westside gets the ball first down and 10 from the Highland 24-yard line. 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. Warriors leading 22-18 following the big strip sack and safety by Gus Yerda. Yerda now under center in that power I formation. And they're going to get it back to Darvin Fowler, who just hoping to secure the ball. Gets a gain of about 1, if that.
Yeah, you saw Fowler there completely wrapping that ball up with both hands and making sure that he held on to it. As we've mentioned tonight, we've had mist all night. The ball could be a little bit wet. It's cold. It's going to be harder to hold on to because it's going to be hard like a brick. So you got to have that ball security and wrap it up with both hands.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10 now from the 24. Clock continuing to roll. Exactly what Westside wants. And they're going to start utilizing that play clock, too. They're going to start letting that wind down as far as you can, well into, probably snapping the ball. About 5 seconds left on that thing, if that. We are now under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Yerda going to hand it out. Wow, to Stonecipher, who is met in the backfield.
Goodness.
That was 66, it looks like. Maybe Joe Child, actually, on that play.
Yeah. Child's had a couple of big tackles here for loss here late in the fourth quarter. That's that was a big stop right there.
That's a huge one because that brings up 3rd and 14 now.
And quite the size differential between Child and Stonecipher, too. Probably a good 60 pounds anyway.
And that brings up 3rd and long. And, a stop here, Highland might use their timeout to see what.
Yeah.
And we got a whistle down there on the field. Might be a flag. Try to see what the officials are calling here. Possible false start, maybe. It is on Westside, but we're unsure exactly what
get
that penalty was. We didn't get
clear
motion.
Indication.
Yeah, he kept pointing. We didn't see. I don't know sure if it was a false start or not quite sure. It was a 5-yard penalty, so third and 19 now.
The PA announcer is with us because he didn't specify what the penalty was either. It's just he just mentioned 5-yard penalty. So now
got third and long, 3rd and 17 from the 31-yard line. 3:10 remaining in the game. Clock still ticking. Highland still owns all 3 timeouts. The Warriors in that power I, they're going to hand it off to Nicholson, who gains a couple yards, back to about the original line of scrimmage. A little past the 25-yard line. That brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Ivy got up, got the loss of the penalty. He got that back basically, but you're now 4th and 12 from the 25-yard line, 26-yard line.
And the clock's still ticking here. 2:40 remaining in the game. Highland owning all 3 timeouts. And you know, if you're Bobby Ingle on your west side, you're going to go for it here, obviously. If you get it, you pretty much puts the game away.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, Highland's got to go a long ways, and they've got to get in the end zone. Got to go 75 yards and get in the end zone. So 4th and 12 here. Power I formation. Gus Yoder back under center. He's going to roll out to throw. Rolls out to his right, going to the end zone. Oh, just right over the hands.
Had Neely.
Montana Neely. Laying out for that ball. Wow, what a catch that would have been if he had held
that would have been an amazing catch because he threw it into quadruple coverage. But Neely was there.
He was there. It was a good throw.
He was there. It was a good throw. He put it deep enough to where it was not going to be caught by any of the defenders. Neely was the only guy that was going to have a chance at it. But, you know, you see a ball go up into quadruple coverage, it kind of takes your breath for a second.
Well, I like the play call, too.
I do,
They're
too.
Going for the win, going just to end it right there. The dagger, the odds of them picking up 12 yards on a run, very slim. And finally getting to see Westside throw the ball. But now Highland.
Yeah, the defense was not expecting a pass there either.
No, far from it. And now Highland had the chance. They're going to hand it off to who else but Warren Burton, who has just dominated the 3rd quarter, been a little quiet since. But with 2 minutes remaining in the game, Westside leads 22-18, and the Rebels, with all 3 timeouts, going to have a sense of urgency here. Your legitimate, true 2-minute drill.
Yeah, you're going to have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit and try to snap this ball pretty quick.
Got to start airing it out a little bit more.
You're down 150 now and a running clock.
2nd and 7. We've got a whistle here. Looks like a timeout for Westside. It was. So with 1:46 remaining in the game, Westside leads 22-18. We're going to take a short break and be right back.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
And we welcome you back to Highland, where we've got a great finish on our hands. The Westside Warriors leading the Highland Rebels 22-18. A minute 46 remaining in the game, but the Rebels have the ball, looking to win this game in the final seconds. Alex Galbraith here alongside Marcus Carlton. Thank you again for joining us tonight for this presentation of high school football presented by Tubetown. And again, what a night it's been. A freezing night, senior night here at Highland, but one heck of a ball game as Wyatt Goodman's going to take the snap. He's going to fire out to his left. And that ball sails out of bounds way over the head of the intended receiver and Caleb Nicholson.
Yeah, Nicholson had some open space in front of him, but the ball kind of sailed on Goodman a little bit, threw it well over his head. No chance to catch that one.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 7 from Highland's own 28-yard line. Minute 41 remaining in this ball game. Obviously 4-down territory. The Rebels still owning all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, you're close to do or die situation now. You're under 2 minutes here and down 4.
Wyatt Goodman in shotgun formation. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking down the field. He's got a man. That ball is caught at the 40-yard line by Nicholson. So Goodman overthrows Nicholson on the sideline a second ago. Nicholson's diving effort moves the chains. And the Rebels have a 1st down at their own 40 with a minute 35 remaining in the game.
And he didn't get out of bounds, so the clock rolls as soon as the chains are set. Puts us down to right at a minute and a half left in this game.
The Rebels quick to the line here. Here's Goodman in shotgun formation. Now he's going to roll out to his left. Lefty quarterback, he's got room to run. He's going to take off and do just that. Steps out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Stops the clock, saves that timeout, and a solid 5-yard pickup. Minute 20 remaining now in the ball game. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from Highland's own 45-yard line. Again, Westside leading 22-18.
Smart move by Goodman there to make sure that he got out of bounds to stop the clock and keep that timeout in his pocket.
Well, exactly. The Rebels still having all 3 timeouts. And, again, the clock's running down a minute 20. I'm surprised they haven't used one yet, but hoping they save that once they get into plus territory here. We've got Goodman lining up in shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to take off on a design quarterback run. He's got room. He's picked up the first down. He's into Westside territory. The ball's on the ground.
Fumble.
And that is a recovery by Westside. It appears.
See what they say here.
It appears that the Warriors recovered that football, and they did.
Westside ball.
And
wow.
they did. Goodman picked up the first down, was being dragged down by a defender, loses the ball, and the Warriors have recovered on their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, and he's still fighting for yardage at that point, so he's not giving himself up, and kudos to the officials for not quickly blowing the whistle on that, because I've seen plays like that before where they blow the whistle just a little too quick, but he's still fighting, trying to gain yardage. Ball gets stripped, and now, you know, you basically just ball security, and you can sneak out of here with a 4-point win.
Wow, what a play by the Warriors defense here. The Rebels still do have all 3 timeouts, a minute 10 remaining in this game. So they can get the ball back, but 1 first down will end it for the Warriors. They're going to hand it off to Darvin Fowler, who gets about a yard, if that, on the play. And we're going to get a quick timeout from the Rebels here with a minute 3 remaining.
Yeah, they're gonna start using their timeouts. They're in desperation mode now. That give us a chance to go back and check the scoreboard here for this big Truman Rivercrest game. Deep into the 4th quarter now. Truman still hanging on to a lead, 29-21.
Wow.
That, as I've pointed out before, that's a big upset in the making here, and that would lead to a 3-way tie for first place in the 4A3 conference. Looks like we haven't had an update on the Pocahontas-Blytheville score. Last score we had was 20-7, so we don't have any updates on that one. Cave City, same thing with Cave City and Gosnell. Cave City 14-0. 3rd quarter score was the last one we had, but we are watching that Rivercrest-Truman game closely for all of the playoff implications that it has.
Absolutely. This is the type of stuff you live for, you know, late October, early November, getting down to crunch time. And, you know, no one's safe on these late Friday nights, especially late in the year.
Yeah, you get down to this point in the season, and you just don't want, you don't want a slip-up like what it looks like Rivercrest may be on the verge of getting tonight. You know, they are 5-0 coming into tonight. Pocahontas and Truman tied there at 2nd and 4-1 apiece in the conference standings, and right here, you know, Westside's looking to move to 3-3 in conference here for the next minute and 2 seconds if they can just hold on.
They are in a good spot to do that after the fumble. 2nd and 9 now on their own 43. Highland still has 2 timeouts. Yerda going to hand off back to Fowler, who's wrapped up quickly in the backfield to another quick timeout by the Rebels. That was Joe Child again on the stump. We've called his name a lot in this second half, who's done a great job of bottling up.
Yeah,
Darvin
he really
Fowler.
has. He has busted through the line several times and got a few big tackles for loss here in the second half specifically. We're going to just stick right here and we'll go back. Yeah. I'm going to go try to find us a couple more scores here real quick. Just going to hit refresh and see if there's anything on the Rivercrest game.
Yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah.
We've got 57 seconds remaining in the game. Big 3rd down coming up here in a second for the Warriors.
Yeah, should start to see some of these games go final. Greene County Tech 30, Batesville 21. That one's getting down late in the 4th quarter as well. We're to the point in the night where some of these games may already be final. I'm just a little slow in getting the scores reported into the scoreboard here. Scanning the other classifications, not seeing any major upsets tonight. Pretty much everyone, about the biggest upset on the night in the making is going to be the Rivercrest-Truman game. So
hopefully we'll get close to a final by the time we walk out of here tonight. Maybe we'll see. I'm not sure how much time's left in that one. I know
they're getting late. I know that.
We're getting late in this one too. 57 seconds, 3rd and 9 for Westside here And they're going to do a design quarterback run with Gus Yerta, who is met a couple yards past the original line of scrimmage. And I can't tell if he got out of bounds or not. He may have gotten pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm thinking he might have gotten pushed out of bounds.
Now it looks like Highland called their final timeout there. They did designate that. So Highland is now out of timeout, but they got the stop on third down.
We'll go ahead and step aside for a quick break on this last timeout here and be back hopefully to wrap this one up here right after this.
Begins with a click. And just like that, you were immersed in a world of wonder. Education, entertainment, information. Connect with family and friends from around the block or around the world. So when it's time to connect, Ritter Communications will be there to make it happen. With speeds up to 1 gig. Ritter Communications, connecting you to what's important.
And we welcome you back to Highland again. 4th and 6 coming up for Westside, leading the Rebels 22-18 with 50 seconds remaining. Obviously the Warriors lining up in punt formation. The Rebels now out of timeout, so it's going to be just this last chance desperation drive here for the Rebels after this ensuing punt. Again, 50 seconds remaining. The clock has started, and he gets the ball away barely. And this ball's going to be muffed. But he's got some room to run. The Rebels down the sideline to the 40. And out of bounds at about the 45-yard line with 37 seconds remaining. And that was the quarterback for the Rebels, Wyatt Goodman, on that return. So, again, we've seen the quarterbacks on both sides to do it all tonight in all aspects of the game, really.
Well, you see the athletic ability of both of these guys and why they play on both sides of the ball. I mean, they have just put on a show tonight, no matter whether they're playing offense or defense. And this is this game is not over. There's 37 seconds left, and Highland is going to start very close to midfield. A couple of big plays, and they could still reach the end zone.
Wyatt Goodman's been doing a great job of extending plays and really doing a great job airing it out tonight. 37 seconds from their own 46. Here come the Rebels, their last chance in this game. Goodman dropping back to pass, scanning the field. Going to go deep down the right sideline, and that ball is through the hands of Ashton Rasden, who nearly had another interception there. Dropped one earlier in the first quarter, could have sealed the game there. The ball falls incomplete. Lucky it did.
Whew, goodness, because that was very close to bouncing off of Rasden's hands right into the hands of a receiver. You had Caden Spurlock down there right behind Rasden. Very fortunate there that one did not fall directly into his hands.
30 seconds remaining now. The Rebels still back on their own 46-yard line. Second down 22-18. Going to be airing it out from here on out. Here we go. Wyatt Goodman going to swing it out to his wide receiver, Engage Robinson, who's trying to get out of bounds to the sideline and does. Nearly at about midfield, picking up about 4 or 5 yards of the play. You're going to have to go deeper than that if you're the Rebels.
Yeah, that's Westside did very, very well there to keep that play in front of him and not let him break a tackle to get further down the sideline. Would have been nice if they could have kept him in bounds, but he was pushing hard for that sideline.
Yeah, smart play by Robinson to get out of bounds. Now 3rd and 8 from their own 49. 24 seconds remaining in the game. Here comes Goodman in shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his right. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to look. He's looking. He's going to take off and run. He's past midfield. He gets to the 45-yard line out of bounds, but not enough for the first down. So 16 seconds remaining here. It's going to bring up about 4th and 1 for the Rebels. But they are in Westside territory.
So you basically going to have 16 seconds. You probably got time for 2 plays here. Maybe try to get one. Maybe try to get down to about the 30-yard line and get out of bounds, and then you got to go all or nothing at that point.
Well, Highland still has to pick up the first down here, so pick it up and then maybe do a quick spike if you want.
Yeah, that's true. You could get a spike.
Yeah, it's 2 yards for the first down here, and here we go. Goodman in shotgun formation. Got 3 receivers to his right. They're going to pass it. Goodman's looking deep down the left side, and that ball falls incomplete. And there are no flags, and Westside is going to escape Highland with a 22-18 victory. 10 seconds remaining on the clock, but they come in here and spoil senior night.
And you can hear the sighs of relief coming from the west side of the stadium. No pun intended there, but the visitor side is the west side of the stadium. And now you'll come out and get into what every coach's favorite formation is, the victory formation. Take a knee, and we can go thaw out.
Thank God for that. About time. And we're waiting on this one. I was really hoping both teams would run the ball last so the clock keeps going, but whew.
It's been a little chilly tonight.
Gus Yoder going to take the knee, and that's going to seal the deal as the clock ticks down from 5 all the way down to 0. The Westside Warriors come into Highland and win a crucial game when it comes to their playoff hopes. They take down the Rebels 22-18 to improve it to 3-6 on the year. What a ball game here. Highland Rebels losing on senior night. The Warriors taking care of business, though. What a game.
Westside moves up to 3-3 in conference now, solidly in 4th place, which this conference takes 5 to the playoffs, but you want to get up to the 4th if you can at all. I don't think there's any shot to get to 3rd place. I'd have to look at standings again and do quick math, and I'm too cold to do quick math
no,
right
I'm
now.
good. I'm okay with that. That's fine by me.
So we're going to go ahead and put the wraps on this one. Westside squeaks out of here tonight with a 22-18 win at Highland.